Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the Station of Decapitation Without Your Head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast with me, Johnny Deadly, and all the rest of the horror movie reviewing scumbags that are here on the fucking GoreCast, because it's going to be a sacrilegious Good Friday.
I don't know how that makes us scumbags, but okay.
I was also referring to me because it was, and the rest of the GoreCast scumbags.
I don't really think it's.
I
just
said
this
no. I said
episode.
us.
It's a good start.
I thought it had a bit of a ring. I can put it up
We're here to
for a
celebrate Great
vote
Friday.
if you want. We can have an early poll going if you want.
Are we scumbags? Yes.
Oh no, I was going to go with good intro or not. I can go. Are we scumbags? It's going to be 100% yes.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I agree.
Right. What poll should I do? Should I do a poll for the poll? Which poll do you want me to do, and then do that poll?
Just slowly
Oh my
work our
God,
way
dude,
through it.
hold on.
It's like
hold
Inception
that.
with polls.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Vince Russo? Someone get him out
We'll
of
just
here.
go good intro or not. We'll leave it at that. What up, Pikage? What up, Hunter? Hello, Bree. Hello,
Hi, Bree. Hi,
Billiam.
Hikagi. Hi, Hunter.
Hey, Joseph. How are you? How are all you guys? Welcome here
Hi, Joseph.
on this fantastically sacrilegious Good Friday. Hoo-wee! Do we have a
got
whole
some
host of
Jesus.
Jesus-flavored goddamn horror movies for you?
Striking
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ pose.
One with two evil Jesuses, kind of, and one with a goddamn awesome superhero Jesus.
70s Jesus.
I wouldn't go doing martial arts, Bob, because
No.
I feel that's a bit, you're giving him a bit too
That's
much.
what he did.
Also, I think he was trained how to fight by Santos, because what I did notice in all of the things was that he tended to
Similar
go for
style.
wrestling moves,
Yeah.
while everyone else had the whole, I learned how to do a front kick from watching Kung Fu
And-
that one
and a
time
couple
on
people
Sky
learn,
One
like,
when I was 7.
sidekicks. So,
Huh?
you know, a couple
Yeah.
people learn the whole sidekick.
But he was in for he was doing sidewalk slams, he was doing backbreakers. You know, I was kind of like, maybe he got trained how to fight by Santos. Maybe that's why
Probably
Santos
so.
came in. Because when the wrestler came in, I was like, okay, this kind of makes a bit of sense now as to why the wrestler and Jesus are the best friends. But anyway, that's only one movie, guys. That's not even it. We have Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, sorry, should I say. Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. We have Beelzebub. And we have The Exorcism of God, which are all
Surprisingly good.
Surprising.
surprisingly good, except for Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, which is good bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is surprisingly entertaining.
Yes. It's an oddly
Which
badly
for us is
shot,
kind of the same
but
thing.
yet also cohesively put together dance musical number made by a bunch of punks in
in Canada.
about Jesus who has to go and fight the forces of evil who are all
That
vampires
happen to be vampires, which is weird.
And
they're-
lesbians.
and
No,
lesbians.
no.
Well,
Oh,
no,
no,
the
no,
lesbians.
we're feeding on
Jesus
the
is cool with the lesbians. The lesbians weren't evil.
No. That's the thing. The vampires are feeding on the lesbians. That's why Jesus gets involved.
He has to save the lesbians. That's it. Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what my pastor said this morning.
Did he take over
He
for
did not
Lincoln?
mean it this-
Technically,
he
if
did
you want to
not
go
mean it
by
the same
dates of
way as the
shooting,
Vampire Hunter.
technically, if you want to go by dates of shooting, he precursed Abraham Lincoln, if you want to go by movie.
Well,
times.
he would have
That is
anyways,
true.
Jesus.
And
That is
presumably, by the way, when they informed him the vampires are back, it seems like a thing that he has to deal with every couple of 100 years.
He could have been teaming with Abraham.
He might have been
Lincoln at
teaming
one
with
point.
Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
And then he had to take it.
He had to sort it
solo
out in
once Lincoln
1991,
had to go
2001, whenever the movies were. But I think we're
Lincoln
going
being
to save
selfish
that
and
one for
dying.
last, will we?
Oh, okay. I thought we were saying maybe
works for me.
sandwiching.
I didn't have a clue because
There's
we
no
started
really
talking
good
about it, so I was
appropriate
like,
sandwich.
There's no good. The way I
mean,
was going to work was we
not.
were kind of looking for tacky, bad horror movies, and this is the closest one to the tacky bad that we were
Yeah.
going for. So I feel we should put that in the prominent position. And also, out of all of them, that's the one that I think there's going to be a lot of fat to chew between the four of us. Because as much as all four of us loved it, it's a fucking weird movie.
Oh yeah.
It's a weird movie.
it's a trauma movie that wasn't made by trauma. That's the
which
only
makes
way.
it a weird movie.
There was a elegant dance scene at the first 5 minutes of the movie, all choreographed and
Jesus rides a skateboard.
cheesy. Yeah. Oh, yes. And then you watch the at the end with the credits, and he didn't.
Oh,
do
dude,
so well.
the outtakes. That was funny.
Where he kept falling.
Yeah.
Understandably so.
Oh,
I would have done the same thing. I'm not skateboard coordinated.
it was
Very well.
it was a weird movie, but entertaining nonetheless.
80% you did a good intro, says the audience.
Bear in mind, I voted yes because the damn thing was blocking my comments feed. So I was
Wah,
just like, get
wah.
out of my way, yes.
So what one do you want to do first, guys?
Oh,
Do any meany rock paper scissors.
I'm going for Beelzebub.
Okay.
I'm going for whatever you do. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, well that's
It all
going to
has
make
get
the
done,
trying to
so.
get a voting going really hard.
Not really. You can still vote. I'm saying that's where my votes go.
No, he's not voting. That's the thing.
Oh,
I mean, I'll
Well,
vote.
Yeah, would you
I'm
vote?
saying It doesn't.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I'll vote.
That'd be great. What one would you like?
I'd say Exorcism of God just to get out of the way, but like I said, even though like it was my least favorite of the three, but it wasn't that bad still, so it doesn't matter.
no. He
That's
said
why I said- that's why I
Exorcism.
said-
That's his vote. That's
Okay,
his vote.
Exorcism.
He voted.
Right. And what did you say, Carter?
That's why I was saying rock paper scissors.
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. And what you want, Giz?
I
He's gonna
I don't
say
really
the
mind
third
because
one,
I
I'm not going
Just
No, no,
vote.
no.
Just vote.
to.
Just vote.
Even if
What
you
the
got to
fuck,
do
dude?
eeny, meeny, miny, mo between yourself, dude,
Yeah.
just pick one. Like,
Let's pick one.
flip a coin. I don't know.
You see, the thing is, I actually liked both the films, so it's just
I'm not.
Fuck it, go
It's not
Beelzebub.
about which one's going in the dumpster and never to be seen again. I'm just what one are we reviewing first? That's all the votes for. I don't know what the confusion is.
Beelzebub.
Be-
Jesus.
There we
Perfect. Okay. Cool. Beelzebub. We'll go Beelzebub. Good. Jesus Christ.
Let's just keep doing that for another
Yeah.
25 minutes. That will.
Jesus Christ. Just wanted to know what trailer am I going to download first. That's all I wanted to know. That was basically.
You're the man behind the board. You just pick whatever and just tell us what to do.
I like letting it be a democracy until I don't like what's happening, and then I bring my strong fist of justice down and
Whereas
overrule.
we couldn't be bothered with that bollocksology, and we're looking at you going, just do whatever the fuck you wanted to do in the first place, like any other government around the fucking world. Voting
Yes.
is bullshit, remember?
Ooh, this reminds me of one.
Not
of the
in the
state law
GC.
things.
It's not. Voting matters.
You just said it didn't. On air.
Shh.
Unless it.
I'm ignoring
does,
what you
unless
said
it
there.
doesn't.
Overruled.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
You're out of order.
This is why I firebomb shit.
Your gold. Fuck. Never mind.
It's amazing how a firebomb comment will just derail a conversation pretty quickly.
Like it.
If you like Molotov cocktails and blowing up in the rain.
Well, I'm glad I made an alcoholic caffeinated beverage for tonight anyway. I'll tell you that straight out.
So is everyone
I
else.
got-
Fuck, that's what I
gotta
forgot to
put
make.
milk.
Cup of coffee.
I'm gonna have
better
out
not
my
Berry Propel. It's very delicious flavored water from Gatorade.
This is whiskey flavored coffee from my kitchen.
Ooh. I don't have that.
This is water.
So as we all take drinks of our beverages.
Just a big old unified.
Yep,
And
sorry,
Carter been all like,
We gotta get our palates cleansed for our talkings. Ready to talk some Jesus movies.
talking some Jesus.
We're gonna talk some Jesus movies.
Hey, Coggy, honestly, if France had a female president, no one would actually care.
Yeah, I'd say
Like,
congrats.
it
No,
wouldn't make a
if
difference
Ireland
one way or
voted one
another.
in, no, everyone else probably won't give a shit.
Like, straight up at this stage, it's beyond the point that such things should matter in the first place anyway. If these things actually made a difference, the whole voting thing, then it should be the best person regardless. They
Right.
don't matter though, so it's going to be whoever has the most clout with whoever's paying the most bills.
Look at kids
really
using the
should
YouTube
be.
terms. Look at you. Look at you using the YouTube with your clouts.
Really,
What?
animal, vegetable, or mineral, as long as they can do their job. shouldn't really fucking
Clout,
matter.
clout, even though it being an actual normal word from English, is now being essentially adopted and brought into YouTube as specific lingo.
Okay, I use
More
it because,
specifically
like,
for
it's
when a
applicable
smaller
term.
YouTuber starts shit with a bigger YouTuber for the clout.
That's not how that works.
Oh, tell YouTube.
Tell YouTube, I'm not fucking. I didn't make up the fucking.
Implies
Dave YouTube, you don't got it right.
Dave YouTube,
Clout
people are
implies
misusing
having more
English.
power. Cloud implies having more power than those you were using it on, because it's
That's why they are trying to get the clout.
Clout. I start something with a big fish.
Therefore,
Dude,
I
yeah.
get the power because all of the big fish's power come
Right.
try to look at the who's this little nipper starting shit with the fucking bigger guy.
They're trying to get their street cred on YouTube.
Yeah. Ipso
Okay.
facto, being on a hunt for the clout.
Yep.
Some sort of Jesus Christ clout hunter, if you will, opposed
Yep.
to being vampires.
Does he dance?
I don't know because we're just talking about miscellaneous Dave YouTuber here, so I don't have any specifics. I'm sure some of them
No,
dance.
Dave YouTube doesn't dance. He's not.
Do people
very
dance on YouTube? I thought that was a TikTok thing.
I think that's a
Ah,
TikTok
yeah,
thing.
yes.
It is a TikTok
It
thing.
used to be a YouTube thing until TikTok was a thing.
/ Instagram thing I've noticed because now everyone just shares all their videos from TikTok to Instagram now. So now Instagram and TikTok are kind of one and the same.
Right.
Kind of like dating.
I wouldn't call it dating. I would say kind of bypassively copyright infringing on the
voyeuristically.
content.
Did you hear the
Stalking.
Right.
Elon wants to buy Twitter?
He's got cock blocked on that since 45 minutes
I heard
ago.
about that
Yeah.
today.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. They essentially did the poison pill offensive where they're all of the board are given an option to buy a bigger percentage in the company before anyone else is allowed to buy a percentage in the company, and they've all bought the bigger percentage that was left in the company, so Elon can have it.
Oh. All
They
right.
pulled their metaphorical dicks out and just said, "Nope."
And then
Not
Elon went.
today,
Then
Elon.
Elon went. My metaphorical dick makes rocket ships. I'm just going to buy the whole goddamn company.
Right.
So that's kind of what he's on now. Is he's literally trying to buy the whole company, not just a purchasing
no
share. He's
shit.
trying to buy them all out,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Oh, wow.
Would he?
Well,
would
we'll
you
keep
think
you
he'd
guys
leave it called
updated.
Twitter? Do you think he'd change the name of it?
I think I'll keep the name because you want
I
to
don't
keep
know.
it.
Do
You
you?
know,
Like if he was to call
I
it
don't know,
Musk
but
Mail,
it's-
I'd be like, cool.
Right. Like, he's kind of weird that
Oh.
way. He would kind of like, I wouldn't be surprised if he came up with like a rebrand and it was like Musk Mail.
This is the guy who literally called
Or
Putin out for a
Musk
one-on-one fight.
Right.
so
I really
maybe.
would-
Which
I
definitely-
figured you want to keep the brand.
Him calling
the name
Putin
at
out,
least
I
there
still
so that
stand by
people
my
can-
thing that I think he stuck one of those robot chips in his head that he's been making, and that's why he's calling Putin out. Essentially, because he's able to upload all the martial arts into his brain box.
Guys, I don't know what
Also-
TV show you're watching, but it sounds
Oh, there
really
we go.
entertaining.
This is real
Roddy
life.
says,
The news.
This is
It's
real
called the
life.
news.
This is literally happening as we speak.
It's
Roddy
called the
says-
6 o'clock news.
Roddy says it will be called Musker.
Maybe.
Sounds like a gay
I don't know,
dating
you would
app.
think he would keep it just so that he could be like,
Wait, hang
like,
on. He's right, because
bait-
that way he can advertise his musketeers, which pay for higher levels on the thingy.
Oh, there you go.
You have like D'Artagnan level and fucking Porthos level.
As long as it's got
Anonymous
some
level.
chocolatey nougat.
I'm
that's all
genuinely
that matters.
contemplating kicking you from the call for like 5 minutes.
That was a good pun.
I'm
What the
ge-
fuck?
I'm genuinely. That was that
That was a
bad.
great pun.
That was
That
that
was a great
bad
pun.
that I was like, I'm genuinely thinking kicking you from the call for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You go think about what you said.
Jesus, something hilarious. It's not my fault. It
is-
was so
This
fucking
is,
funny.
this is the digital version of rubbing your nose in it. Just
Fuck
like,
off.
no, do not, bad. Do not do that again.
That was a good.
No, you have been a bad presenter. That was a bad.
Yeah.
No.
That was a very good.
You
pun.
made all over the floor.
If
What
I made
did
all
you
over
do?
the floor, we would
What
be
did
discussing
you
something
do?
very different.
See, even Akagi said it was a good joke, Johnny.
See,
Well,
now you're gonna,
Akagi, I don't
have
care.
to make a poll to see if
I don't
it's
care. You were calling me
Admittedly,
English for the
hang on,
last
hang
3.5 weeks, so
admittedly, Hikagi might be a little bit biased. What with us going with a French novel to kind of pun, but you know,
True, that may have won him over.
yeah, maybe.
hopefully Alexander Dumas was proud of my joke. Or at
a
least
little bit
chuckled
of
a little bit.
little bit of good
Are you
housekeeping.
talking about the
I
author of
uploaded
fucking The Three Musketeers? I've read the fucking goddamn.
I know you have,
Okay.
but not everyone watching has. Or
You know
listening.
I haven't because Buzz don't do words. So,
I have.
See
mean,
that?
Especially
read up
French
to the-
words. Buzz, don't
Yeah,
do
read up to
French.
There's a little bit of a good housekeeping. Is I uploaded a old episode of the GoreCast on Spotify.
Hey,
today,
Spotify
guys.
viewers,
nice.
welcome.
So if you want to listen to an old episode, it's the episode where we talk about Zack Snyder's The Justice League and Two Spawns from March of 2021.
I have the trailer for Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter because I was in the process of downloading it, and I am confused as to why they didn't edit the fight scenes in the movie like they did
The way they
in the trailer. Because in the trailer, some of them actually look like competent fighters.
Because then
That's
you don't
I
get to
think
laugh
that
your
works.
ass off the way that the
I was
movie
gonna say,
intended.
I think that was part of the fun.
Okay,
You know,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's a very, very viable possibility.
Jesus fuck.
They
we hope
lure
so.
you in thinking that this is actually going to be a good movie, and then you actually watch the movie.
Oh
like,
no, you don't need to worry about it.
It's
This is
actually,
the
it's
whole
a good
bait and
movie,
switch.
but in a completely different way.
Yeah.
My lord.
I think I had my mouth open wide and multiple times watching that movie. Just like I don't know what I'm watching, but I can't stop looking at it. It's like a car crash.
Yeah, we are aware, Hikage, that Putin used to be a former KGB member, but I feel if you've got Neo-like abilities to just upload the fighting into your brain, I think that
Doesn't matter.
I don't think that matters.
Only if it works.
Well, I mean, that's how you find out, isn't it?
right. I got new technology.
God.
Crack. Well, that technology did not work for you, bro. Sorry.
It's like a Grand Theft Auto pops up wasted. No,
Right.
it didn't work.
You got to give the guy credit. He's going to test run it on the greatest platform of them all, where he
Oopsies.
calls out the only president on the planet who has security because they're mandatory.
right.
If anything,
Yeah.
those two lads that follow him around are much safer for the fact that they're following him around than the other way around.
Yep. He's pretty much watching them when shit.
Don't
goes
worry,
down.
comrade. We will defend you if bullets fly at you. Don't worry, comrade. I'll eat fucking bullets. Fuck you, you fucking pussy.
Question: when was Elon Musk trying to do in real life cat girls?
I never
What?
heard that one.
In the name of the divine
I don't know
Christ,
what that is.
are you talking about
so
Kags?
That was not on the 6 o'clock news.
No.
2
Will
years ago.
one of my R&D department please look that up for me? I'm looking
Look
at
up
you,
what a
Buzz.
cat girl is, or
I'm assuming I assume he's talking about merging a feminine human with a cat, presumably.
Oh, Elon Musk on Twitter. Tesla should make cat girl robots.
I had a feeling it was going to be robotic. Yeah.
Meow meow.
Yep, yep.
Right.
I will admit,
Oh,
from what cat
but it
girls
was-
I've seen in cartoons, they appear to be pretty hot. I don't know, do I want to take risk in fucking a robot one?
Human woman with cat ears. What
Yeah.
is he talking about?
It would
Cat
appear
girls. Although
that
usually
deep,
also
deep
if they're doing
down...
cosplay properly and they have a tail and the kind
Yeah.
of cat
So
balls.
like
and collar.
Thundercats.
No, Thundercats. You'll notice in Thundercats they didn't have the ears.
Then that's good.
Their ears were slightly pointed, but they didn't have what one would call cat ears.
Cat ears.
Right.
Yeah.
They weren't up.
And they
were
also
like
didn't have a tail.
people ears.
Well,
Some
Snarf.
Snarf did, yeah, but Snarf.
Well, yeah, but
no, he's right. None of the actual
Yeah.
anthropomorphic Thundercats had tails.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know.
Yeah.
But Taylor, no weird cat ears on the side. Chitara was a fucking bird. So
yeah.
You hear the magic, hear the roar. That's what I hear. Sorry.
thunder, thunder,
It's a good song.
thunder, thunder,
It's a good
cats.
331 Erock's version of that is fucking awesome.
I also love how the intro to the episode was 10
I-
times better
I like
than the
how-
actual episodes themselves.
I like how even though Hokage has only bracketed what he has written, you can kind of feel the disappointment in his voice.
Actually, some
They
of the
don't
cosplay
have
girls,
paws.
they do
It doesn't even count if they don't have the paws. God damn, it's just a woman with weird ears if they don't have the paws.
but they can have the, like, I've seen them. They get like these furry little paw and
Meow,
things.
meow. Yeah, I've seen fucking everyone's seen them. They're all over TikTok, and old people are like, "Why did people? What the fuck? What's all this about?"
TikTok.
Yeah, because parents walk
yeah.
in, they
Yes,
see their
they're all
kids
o- yeah, they're
dressed
all over
scantily,
TikTok,
and they're
yeah.
doing this thing, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, I'm just pretending to be a cat for TikTok."
It's
And
that
they're like,
breath mint
"That
that you
seems
put
like
in
harmless fun."
in the
And then they fucking 4 years later, she's on fucking OnlyFans, cleaning her ass. Meow meow, meow meow.
With their tongue.
Yeah, fucking.
Meow.
Obviously, I
Oh,
thought
God,
I
I
didn't
can't
need
bend
to.
that
I
way.
thought I didn't need to verbalize that. I thought that was
Yeah,
just going to
that's
be
true.
assumed.
Yeah. I'm not very subtle.
I
You're
thought that was
semi-furry,
even
yeah. I
stuck.
wanted full furry. This is semi-furry.
Oh, he wants full on fucking Felicia, or is that her
Yeah,
name?
well,
Felicia
look-
from Darkstalkers?
Yeah, yeah, it's Felicia. Everyone
Oh,
wants Felicia
yeah.
from Darkstalkers.
I want the Neko. Yes.
Yeah, well, you see,
yes.
the thing is, if Felicia from
Little
Darkstalkers
fangs.
before Felicia from Darkstalkers was around before furries were a thing as such, or well, you know what? They
Yeah.
probably were a thing, but they weren't out as a thing.
Right.
We'll put it that way, right? And for me, Felicia always proved that no matter how mutated other parts are,
You can still.
if a
rock
chick
it,
is
yeah.
fucking rocking hot from her neck to her ankles, dudes probably won't notice
Right.
Or care.
or care.
Maybe
Well,
giant fat
either
wings.
or,
You're good. You're good.
either or, because that girl's little fucking cat feet were the size of a man's torso.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Normally, I'd be like, it's a bit weird being in bed with a chick with feet exponentially larger than mine. I could deal with, like, we have the same foot size. Even that'd be a little bit weird because I've got pretty big feet. I've got pretty big feet, so even that'd be weird. But even at that, I'd be like, that's a noticeable difference in the foot. You can't even get shoes.
Right.
You know,
Of course
Well-
she can. She's got cat feet. They wouldn't even, like, they're made differently.
furries existed for ages. Think of the first werewolf stories. Hikage, I love the weird, sordid history you're bringing us down, and it's kind of like a glimpsing reveal into your own life, that's all cool as well. But I'm liking that. That could be, that could genuinely be a GoreCast episode.
You want me to go researching werewolf porn?
No, you fucking psychopath. What?
I feel like you were too.
And
Not everything's porn.
also, for purposes of people on
feel like you were
Spotify
two
who may not be
sentences behind that
accustomed to the show
conversation.
as much as everybody else, I feel I don't need to tell you to go research werewolf porn. I feel if I ask you the question, it's more like, would you mind terribly recollecting some werewolf porn that you have previously seen? That's not what Johnny.
It's all
That's
up
not.
there
That's not what
already.
Johnny. That's not what Johnny's talking about. I was looking at my camera here and forgot that I'm on a different camera. Sorry for getting real close to the camera there, YouTube. But
Johnny,
that could be an interesting discussion. Were werewolves the first example of furries
Ooh.
spreading their furriness?
stuff.
I thought you were going to say love there for a second.
Their furry spreading their
Still
furry love.
Going back to the
They could be
porn.
spreading their furry love. I don't know. I don't know how they work.
Each their own. Right.
To each their own. Yeah. werewolf stories kind of started medieval times, if not prior. So I think they're prior. So never see such things as furries because they had the terms for them before. So what I'm hearing is, and this could be magical if it turned out to be true, is that werewolves don't exist, but what has actually existed for millennia is dudes
Furries.
dressed as animals trying to get home without anybody seeing them.
I can see it.
And being seen by some drunk
Explains
fucking
Bigfoot,
farmer and be like, I swear to
explains,
God,
like-
he was like 15 foot tall, and he had
Right.
big yellow eyes, and he was all like, rawr, I'm gonna have sex with you.
All makes sense. The Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Monster, goddamn, it's one of those scalies. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the thing. Is it? I presume it's
Chupacabra.
Sure it is.
Just,
The chupacabra, well, chupacabra is just a mangled up dog. We know that.
yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Santa Claus.
He's just a furry.
What the shit?
Look at his face.
Uh-oh.
Beard.
Not that beard.
Come on.
Come on.
That's not a real
Come on.
beard.
Yeah, it is.
He's an abominable snowman who shaved his fucking eyebrows and shit.
Nope.
all know.
Yetis are different. Yetis are the
We all know.
Himalayas. Santa
We all know.
Claus
We all know.
is the North Pole.
I'd say he's
Nah,
north
it
of
is.
something, but it ain't that pole. I'll tell you something.
It gives us in his happy place. It's not the same. Santa Claus is okay.
Nope.
I don't know what you're saying. Oh.
We have
That is not
A
the
journey
abominable
has been
snowman.
had.
Yeah,
a journey has been.
we're on air
We
for like
haven't
40
even
minutes
started.
already, and we haven't even started.
Jesus fuck.
Johnny, you don't have to worry about this being a boring episode.
No, we started hot. Not unlike all of the movies that we had on for the night and the movie that the trailer is about to land in for now. We started hot tonight, kids. Yes, we did. I'm telling you what, my new Madonna headphones are awesome because I can now turn my head without having to do this thing into the microphone so people can hear me.
Now next you need to get the
headphones?
comb bra thing, and you'll have the whole ensemble.
I need to get the what?
The cone bra
thing.
thing, and then you'll have the whole thing.
Yeah, Madonna.
You know her.
I can probably make that happen.
Okay. Okay.
Joseph says the first furry was the Minotaur.
Would he do? Now, I have a problem with him being a furry. As he
I don't
was
know why.
predominantly
People-
not furry, canonically, the old Minotaur. Wasn't it the body of a man and the head of a bull?
It would have been a hairy man.
Right.
This is back in Greek times, boys. Not a lot of hairy.
I mean, just because
Oily,
Harry
yes,
doesn't mean
hairy,
that the
no.
Harry wasn't there.
Greeks are notoriously hairy.
Yeah, but those Greeks notoriously kept everything.
And what, you think Minotaur's going to take a couple of minutes and do proper
Right.
hygiene
He's
down
stuck
the fucking
in a
maze?
goddamn labyrinth for fucking 354 days of the year until two idiots walk in. He has nothing but
he's-
time.
And my fur
Therefore,
patch
he is
is the
nothing
least
but
of my
fucking
concern.
hair.
I don't know. I could see him be like, you know what, man? When these motherfuckers come in here, I'm gonna. Not only am I gonna fucking kill them, I'm gonna look good fucking doing it.
Yeah, no, I find
Getting
it's the
these
other way
pencil
around.
parer out and fucking sharpening the horns. Oh yeah, these things when they see me coming around the corner, it's gonna be like bing bing, yeah, polishing his old nose ring up, fucking super good.
See, I just
One
feel
little
like
glint
that's
of
the
sun hits
Minotaur.
this thing, you were fucking blind. That's how good this is gonna be. Shine it up.
I feel like that's the Minotaur looking ready to go out on a date. The one just locked in a fucking cave is just slowly losing his mind, not giving a fuck what's shaved or
Well,
polished.
I guess
wants
we're
to
not
rip a
pulling.
motherfucker
Okay,
in half.
okay, fine, that's fine, no problem.
I'm
Okay,
just
guess
saying,
we're not
dude.
pulling the old fucking. That's fine, no probs. We'll just put the trailer on in a minute, looking for a Minotaur. Okay,
I'm just saying, dude.
you know what? For,
Locked in a cave.
for fairness purposes, so there's
My
no
hair upkeep is the least of my concern.
for fairness purposes, so there's no weird dilemmas here. I'm just gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, which is Google. Search with Google, and we're looking for a Minotaur. M-I-N. Is it M-I-N-A or M-I-N-O? Minotaur, isn't it?
Mino.
Yeah, T-A-O-U-R.
Yeah, Mino. Yeah, King Minos.
No, not Minotaur Story. Minotaur Story will do.
Okay, see, I'm looking at a very hairy motherfucker right here.
Okay, we
Couple
got
of 'em. mean, this motherfucker's like Chewbacca. You're not gonna.
Okay, well, this guy, this one is kind of hairy. This one is kind of like Giz hairy. Or actually, probably not Giz hairy. Because he has no hair on the front. This guy, no hair. This guy's just bull and a man head.
See, I'm seeing like a lot of 50-50 on this, man.
Hang on. Go to the actual old one, the circle. Kind of orange circle with the...
What?
Re-
This one here? Can you see the mouse?
Yeah, that one.
No hair. And there is a definitive hairiness put in the neck. Give me a minute, I'll see if I can blow it up there. Give me a second.
Yeah.
There we go. Wouldn't call that hairy.
Okay, but I'm also like trying to put this on a disc. Excuse me for not being super, like, detailed.
Well, they did put it in around the neck and head.
You see?
Because it would look weird without.
You see? You see?
Right.
Okay, so what I'm gathering is some Minotaurs
Like
are
everything
all about the
mythological
upkeep,
is-
some are not.
There we go.
What I'm getting is like every
Here we
other
go.
mythological creature
There
is
is
all
an
about artist's
ancient statue of
interpretation.
ancient
There we
statue of
go,
a Minotaur.
thank you.
Ancient statue of a Minotaur. Curlin is put in for the kind of bull head. We're missing horns, obviously, because it's an old statue. But I'm seeing a very sleek body there.
I wonder if I should
gotta
know.
go
I
with
probably
Giz.
shouldn't.
I gotta go with Giz and say it's like artist interpretation.
That's all I got.
Buzz is like, don't care.
How can I not sound like I don't care without saying I don't care?
I believe what you're looking for is I don't give a fuck.
Okay, this is a literal like tourist guide page telling you about all of the mythology of Greece and stuff like that, and that is the picture of the Minotaur.
Well, the internet said you're wrong. I guess
The internet can go fuck itself as usual.
Yeah, give me a minute. Let me. Where we go? Oh.
You telling Dave Google to go fuck himself?
Yeah.
Okay. Just clarifying.
Not Harry.
Okay, so that's a well-kept one. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
Fine.
some of them can afford Manscaped. Some of them
I could.
I know they
recommend some
didn't
place
tend to
where
do
we
lots
see-
of hairy gods. That's why I said, like, historically, the way the Greeks would like you to think about it. I can't say that. I won't lie to you. A guy that was half man, half bull, presumably would be quite hairy. But I got to go with what the historical people from the time of the Minotaur are trying to put across. And they put across a non-hairy gent with a bull's head. The only way I can go against what the people who were actually there said is for me to somehow go back to ancient Crete and fight a Minotaur. And win. So that I can then go back to 2022 and go, fuck me, he was hairy.
Well, that sounds like a job for Giz and Necronomicon. So
No, because
Yeah, I
that'll
was
be
just
a
saying, you
biased.
see that in
That'll
the-
be a biased thing then.
See, I'm
Well,
staying
yes.
out of it because
Send me back.
the only images I could really send on wouldn't be what Johnny would want me to send on.
Oh, Jesus
There's
Christ.
still... That's not... That's artist interpretation. There. The statues and the
Yeah.
pictures from fucking ancient Crete.
Our artist's interpretation there too.
Quite possibly, but they were closer to the fucking source material than fucking anybody else were. Literally by 500 years. I'm not even talking in a geographical level. I'm talking in a literal time period.
and I feel yours would be more of a artist interpretation of imagination of what would best fit the scene. Not necessarily,
Quite possibly, but unfortunately those people are also the guys that supposedly fought the Minotaur.
right.
So I gotta go with the dude who saw the Minotaur, who made a picture of the Minotaur. I'm probably going to have to go with what that guy said. That because essentially the conversation we're having right now is fucking Barry got zapped up to a spaceship. He draws this triangular craft that he was brought up to and says, this is what the UFOs looks like. And then some fucking dude is like, you're a fucking big flying triangle. That makes no fucking sense. It'd make more sense if it was a fucking dome thing with a fucking saucer around it. And he's like, oh, well, you know, that actually does, like, on a, like, an actual aerodynamic level, seem to make a lot more sense. But what I'm saying is, I was on the fucking triangular ship. That's the fucking shape it is.
Oh no, I feel like the triangular one would be more aerodynamic.
You're probably right. I literally am just trying to put
No,
an example across here.
Like,
I feel like we still haven't even fucking started talking about the fucking films for tonight, and it's 20 to fucking 1.
You are correct. That's because we have been on air for 40 minutes now, talking about Minotaurs.
Not the films.
Yeah, well, dude, that's... I don't know why after 4 years of the podcast that this shocks you. This is kind of the format for the podcast.
I will say you are probably right that most Minotaurs do manscape. I'm just saying there may be a few that don't.
I'm not saying that they manscape either. I'm just saying from what I've been told historically, they don't seem to have hair.
No, they had manscaped.
Speaking of manscaped, it's time to cut into our sponsor advert. I'm only joking. We're not sponsored by Manscaped.
We should.
I wish we were sponsored by Manscaped. I'd shave my dick live on camera.
That'd be a perfect.
I'd do the old sack and tackle live on camera.
Right,
you want to see a perfect advert for how good Manscaped is? Look, I didn't cut my junk off once. I'm literally hacking into myself like it's a lawnmower. All I'm getting is shorter hair and bigger dick. I'm loving it. Manscaped.
Yeah.
Just use a straight blade like everyone else.
No, what are you fucking mental?
What? No.
I'm freaked out enough when people put a straight blade to my fucking face for shaving purposes, let alone down by my fucking old tea bag and fucking sausage roll.
I would be so nervous that I would accidentally cut myself because I'd be like shaking.
Headbutting.
Oh god! It's in. It's stuck. I can't get it out.
Don't get an erection. Don't get an erection. Don't get an erection.
Yeah.
Oh no, you want an erection?
Don't twist it. Don't twist it. No, wow, god. Oh god. No, it's blood. No, yep, blood's bleeding. Yep, there we go. My balls are bleeding. Oh, Manscaped. That's a definitely good advert for it.
Oh, god damn, my balls are bleeding.
Yeah.
He's Manscaped. This wouldn't have been a problem.
Manscaped.
Before Manscaped, after Manscaped. I have both of my balls.
Yeah, we have to. I'm actually going to send them this segment and just be like, you'll have a different. All we got to do is bring up Manscaped, and you're going to have a different advert every week because it'll spur a different conversation every goddamn.
Joe's they do. Yep, they have some of that ball cologne. Just throw that ball cologne on there. Oh, smelling all fresh. It would sting though if you used the razor blade. And
it would sting with the Manscaped one as well from experience of putting just cologne.
Walking out of the bathroom with Band-Aids, like how you cut your face.
I put cologne on my balls, and it wasn't fun. I'll tell you what, it makes you do the Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone, but instead of like slapping your face, you nearly punch a hole through a fucking door. It's just like pat. Ah!
Imagine the scene.
There you go.
Walking out with like paper, like clumps of paper towels on the balls, like you normally when you have it on your face when you cut yourself shaving. Didn't use Manscaped.
I thankfully have ever. Jesus Christ! If anyone ever told me this was the conversation that was going to happen. I think I've only ever nipped my meat and two veg once. It wasn't like a bad nip or anything.
I can't say once. I can say a couple times.
You didn't have Manscaped.
No, I did not. I did not. Nor a steady hand, apparently. So.
I've had a couple of close calls where I felt the razor stick, but I stopped myself in time where it's like, oh.
Or you could go the whole 40-year-old virgin route and just go, whoosh.
No.
I'll be honest, right? It happens.
Did you see that man's chest?
It happens every now and then, but it's never that bad.
What?
It happens every now and then, but it's never that bad.
I think the audience is learning a hell of a lot more about the GoreCast than they ever wanted to know.
That we're all well groomed in the pants region.
And not very
we do it for you viewers.
Solid
steady hand, right?
No, I've got it. No,
Yeah.
good. Hey, if I didn't have a steady hand, I wouldn't be doing it so often.
This is what's going to get us taken down.
No, when we eventually start talking about the
Right, I was
films,
gonna say,
that will get us taken
surprisingly,
down.
No, because
probably
it's not
be
going to
the
happen.
So, anyway,
Hear it,
Beelzebub.
I guess we're on to the films.
Oh.
Beelzebub. Who wants to take it away?
Oh, I'll nibble in it.
That's disturbing.
Actually, need to
Don't wax your
pull
wedding
up.
tackle.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah, pulling up is a very
So-
crucial component of the sack and tackle shaving.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, you're welcome, kids.
So Beelzebub, it came out in 2017 and it follows Emmanuel Ritter, who is a man of the law. I don't know. Sheriff.
General
detective, I
Dick
think.
was what I
I
got.
was gonna say he was just a cop, but it looked like he was detective by the time we moved on because he was dressed
He's
in
a
street
lieutenant.
clothes and shit.
Lieutenant.
Yeah,
He's in
called
law
by-
enforcement.
He's a lieutenant in, I suppose, local law enforcement for this Mexican town.
Right.
We open up the film happily.
Lieutenant just makes him
And
a
it
general
doesn't-
cop, so Buds was right.
Hmm?
Lieutenant just makes him like general cop, doesn't it? He's still just a
Yeah.
cop.
Yeah, I was agreeing
Yeah.
with. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
agreeing with Buzz.
Yes, I'm right for once.
Yeah, I'm letting it happen.
Um,
I'm letting it happen. You're there.
Like we'll stop. Stop. He's right. Move on.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
happens
so,
one time. If it happens again during the review, I'm probably going to freak out.
Lieutenant Ritter. We open up the film with him and the birth of his young son.
Yes.
Yes.
Very crucial
Yeah, I
that
was
it's the
gonna
son.
say child. Yes. Oh yeah, that does make
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Um,
Integral to the plot that it's the son.
yeah. Let's just say, just put this out there. It doesn't go very well.
Well, I mean,
Well,
he-
the birth goes
until
fine.
it didn't.
Well,
Right.
the birth was
The
fine.
birth goes
right.
fine. It's the after birth
I almost
is
said
the
it.
problem. And I'm not
That's-
talking medically,
yeah.
kids.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was gonna tiptoe around saying that, but you just said it. Anyway, afterbirth.
What year?
Does
Sorry,
not go so.
sorry to interrupt. What year was this again?
2017.
2017. Expect spoilers ahead. You've had long enough
Yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 5 years or
Yeah.
so. Yeah, anything 5+ years. Just
Yeah, we
was
will be
aces.
tiptoeing around the Exorcism of God because it's only last year.
Yeah. So Mr. Ritter, he's off. His boss calls him. He says, "I need you down at the station house," and he leaves to leave his wife and the child. They're getting ready for
Going
what is that
home.
word? Yeah, there's a
Release.
specific discharge.
Discharge. There we go.
They're getting ready for them to be discharged, and whoo, baby, some nurse comes in for her shift, and let's just say
She goes all
her
Justin
shift
Timberlake
was
on him.
short.
Yep. No babies are going home
Cry
this
me a
week.
river.
No, sorry, not Justin Timberlake. Fucking Justin Bieber on him.
Baby, baby, baby. Oh,
Yeah. Baby, baby, baby.
Oh!
baby, baby.
Ooh, nice. Needless to say, she's not doing so well, and she just starts killing infants in the nursery,
Yep.
just with a little scalpel. Locks the door to the nursery as the last nurse leaves, and just goes to town on all of the little babies. And I was like, "Oh no, this is not going to be
Yeah.
good."
I was like, this is 4.5 minutes into
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah. And we
it's
just
gonna be one of
witnessed
those films.
multiple infant deaths
Yeah.
by
You're starting
stabbings.
off heavy, I see. All right, cool.
And the
cool.
nurse has pretty much just decapitated herself.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes, everybody breaks in to stop her, and she's like, "Nope, not today, mister." And then she
Anyone?
cuts herself in the neck. She
She doesn't cut
manscape.
herself, dude. She just goes straight in, and
Y- y-
it's.
Oh, yeah. She's scraping
yeah.
bone, that lady. Like,
Yeah.
easily.
So-
I was half expecting her head to fucking.
Right.
And it would have been believable.
This
She was
starts
definitely
off
facing the middle.
a series of unfortunate events because throughout
Yeah.
this film,
The story picks up 6 years later, and then shit kicks off.
yes, 6 years later, we start having more events happen. The next thing is a school shooting, where a bunch of, I can't remember the exact number, but there was a significant amount.
It was a classroom.
Yeah.
12-year-old went in and shot a classroom full of.
No, I think he meant by the body count. He can't recollect the body count specifically.
Yeah, I can't. It was like up to 30.
Yeah, it was a large school shooting.
Right, like it was a school classroom kind of deal.
And we kind of like, okay, there's a lot of bad stuff happening, and Ritter keeps getting pulled into these things, and it seems like, what is that gentleman's name? Ivan Franco, I believe.
Yeah.
He comes in eventually. I think this is after the third incident, which happens at a pool, where he
comes in at the school shooting.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he had gotten a phone call just prior to that.
Just prior.
He's on the U.S. side because this is right at the U.S. around the U.S.-Mexican border. So he's on the U.S. side coming to try to investigate some of the stuff that's going on. And he kind of says, Ritter is kind of connected in a way because he was, or did he say he was connected?
He does at the third incident. He figures that Ritter's connected.
I'm
and
getting
tells
things
him,
mixed up.
Ritter has it in his head that he's being set up because the captain is just giving him shit, and he thinks that the forensic guy, Franco, is just there to yank his chain, especially when Franco turns around and goes, "You are connected to all these events." Because it all goes back. It's the same. This stuff has been happening, and it's the same thing that happened when your kid died, and this makes Ritter freak out. And then Franco explains things, and after he explains it, Ritter's kind of like, "All right, tell me more about this fucking stuff, because clearly this isn't just this
it's
isn't
something
a joke.
that piques his interest, but he's not fully
invested. It takes him a while, right? It takes a while to
convinced.
get on board with it.
So Franco was getting in all this whole, like, it's all like ghosts and stuff like that, and spirits and stuff. And he has like all these EVPs, and they have the black light in the school showing all these handprints all over the like ceiling and all this stuff. And they go to see a fortune teller, I believe, or something like that. Psychic. And she does a little seance with the little cards with Ritter, and he just sees demons or the devil that keeps popping up. And after that, we see some spooky shit, things getting thrown around, shaking, and all that stuff. The fortune teller lady's daughter upstairs starts screaming, is being attacked by a very angry spirit that is very angry. I don't know where I was going with that.
And a spirit.
And a spirit,
which
yes,
is very important
because you don't see it. It's like it's not there.
Yeah,
because it's a spirit,
like Justin Timberlake or Bieber. Jesus Christ, why do I keep getting the two of them mixed up? I like one and detest the other with an fiery passion.
Right.
It's weird that I keep mixing them up.
I feel like Timberlake's okay.
Timberlake's the man.
Right.
Hey, he's good looking. He can sing. He has no problem kind of taking the piss out of himself at all.
Dude, right.
And he seems like just a genuinely cool cat. I'd go for a couple of beers and smokes with JT. He was great in fucking.
And he married Jessica Biel. So
and he married Jessica Biel. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Right.
I think he might be the voice of fucking Kanan in Star Wars Rebels.
Cool.
Well, that would just make him cooler. All right.
No.
That's why I said I think.
That was...
Look, all that matters is he brought sexy back, and that's
Freddie Prinze Jr.
It
was Freddie Prinze Jr. My bad.
Sorry, did you just mix up Freddie Prinze Jr. with Justin Timberlake?
For a second, yeah.
Stop holding out on the good stuff when you give me my stuff.
I was going off voice acting and remembered that it was somebody famous that, otherwise I wouldn't have been.
Did he say something funny and then sing in a really high pitch?
Not in that show.
Probably not Justin Timberlake, so.
Okay, then.
And I mean, like, he outlasted the rest of NSYNC, so,
And he was banging Britney Spears for a while. That's a win.
Yep.
Who was that?
I mean, it was Britney Spears before.
I think lots of people weren't, if memory serves me correctly. Wasn't that kind of her thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Give me more. Give me more.
Anywho.
Yep.
This is pre-shaving her head.
Yeah.
It would have been,
time
yeah.
period. Yeah. Anywho, all this kind of nonsense leads up to a child. Forgot his name because the cat's not here on the cast listing. But a little boy
Issa.
is kind of the
Issa.
that Issa.
Yeah.
He seems to be the connected piece of all of the not vengeance, but just the
Incidents.
Takeouts.
killings. Sure. And we soon eventually find out that he gets kidnapped by the guy from Saw, Tobin Bell. He's in this movie with long
Just
hair.
to clarify, the guy who plays the guy in Saw, not literally Jigsaw from...
That's why I said
Yeah, I'm
Tobin
just
Bell.
clarifying
No
because you were like the
crossover
guy from
events,
Saw, so I was
right.
just making sure they didn't think it was.
That would be cool. If
It would
was,
be
though.
pretty cool if
Right.
it was, but it wasn't. It was the dude.
Did Saw,
Yeah, okay.
did something
His-
religious real quick, came back to Saw, you know.
It's okay. It's okay. His character in this is named Vasilio Kennedy.
So it's the Lucius.
Yeah,
It's Lucius the movie. No, it's not. No.
He actually they pick up him and his mom right before the last unfortunate event happens, which was a bombing of a movie
Which was
theater.
handled like a goddamn action movie hero.
Yeah.
He kind of just
Yes.
walked in, did a little stare around, hit the button, boom. Except this
Yeah.
cool guy didn't not look at the explosion. He was standing right in the middle of it.
Okay, so that makes it kind of weird because if
Shirley
the
Manson
person
did it
who
first.
set up the bomb, I think saw that all take place. And if he knew who he was trying to kill, then why did he continue to do it once he saw
This is the issue. This is the issue. The forces of darkness don't know specific person. They know general area.
there's
Yeah,
no
they-
going to be
it's-
That's
there.
why there's multiple
Okay.
attacks on the.
Do you know in
proper
Goose
age
Goose
range.
Duck? Do you know when you're
Yeah.
the technician and you can kind of see where the traps have been set off? It's like that.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a general position on where the kid is. They don't know who the kid is. So you got to take out large quantities
Groups
of
of-
people.
Which it made sense, but I just like for the other ones, but like this one, seeing as he actually saw him,
The kid isn't
No, no,
provoking
no,
death
what-
in this
once-
at all.
yeah,
It's
but
just
like I
the
said,
kid
they
happens to
they
be
wouldn't know what he looked like.
yeah.
the kid happens to be what the demons are looking for. Hikage. It's not the kid starting shit with anybody.
Yeah. No.
That poor little lad
Well,
just
so-
got wrapped up with a load of stuff.
Getting into going further into it, the kid ends up being supposedly the third coming of Christ, and all of the demons are trying to kill him so that we don't have Christ
The
anymore.
second coming of Christ
That's
is
the
on special
whole-
edition Blu-ray.
I thought
No,
it
they
says third.
prevented. Yeah, you're
That-
right. It
that was
is
a
the
porn
third
joke.
because
Oh,
You're
thank
welcome.
you. I was like, I'm sure I watched the movie correctly.
in the quiet words of Virgin
Uh,
Mary, come again.
Yeah. Oh,
So all of these attempts of murdering babies and children are in the attempt to kill the third coming of Christ, but he keeps
Dodging, because he's got those
narrowly
Jesus powers.
escaping.
right.
Yep, he's got the Jesus powers. The first time, that's pretty much the rest of the movie. They keep trying to kill him. They try to hide him. They try to get him over to the border into the U.S. to have him protected by the
Because
church.
they're kind of like, hey, the
And-
demon's in Mexico. And from what I understand, he doesn't have a green card, so he can't just go across the border.
Right. Once we get him across the
And
From what I understand, some fucking really tan dude's going to build a fucking 50-foot wall soon enough, so hopefully the demon won't even be able to fucking make it across for the next 150, 120 years.
right.
Be all good.
I think the
Ritter,
point, I think the point
Ritter
was
ends
that,
up being
I was going to say, I think the point was that Franco was supposed to have some place, or not Franco, fucking Kennedy was supposed to have some place set up in the arse end of nowhere where no one would have been able to find the kid. But
Except for a demon, probably.
Ritter ends up being possessed by a daemon and tries
The
to kill
daemon.
him. He gets exorcised out by Franco, who is a pastor or
he states early on in the film that he actually was ordained, but he never practiced.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does. Yes,
he
yes, I do
became a
remember that.
priest and then stopped being a priest.
Right.
Yeah.
He,
I
in his own
remember that now.
in his own words, he realized his talents lied elsewhere. So he's still
part
a
of the
priest, and
church,
he's still
but
connected with the
different
church.
department.
Yes, yeah, he's in special investigations.
Yeah, he's
Right.
Vatican adjacent.
Yes.
would be the
Ritter ends up, like I said, being possessed, but then unpossessed because he got exorcised.
And not on not on a bike or anything.
no. He got exercised quite aggressively.
Tobin Bell has weird powers where he glows, and then he sends
I don't
glowing
think
powers
it's
to
so
a
much
rock.
Tobin Bell has weird powers. A lot of that comes down to the sigils and markings that
He
he
made
has.
a deal with.
No, it's
It's the markings
Yep.
are
Yeah. Because he ends up making a deal with the devil, right? And that's
no.
Well,
Oh, no, he does.
He
He
sold
does.
his soul.
He had
sold
originally
his soul.
he had originally sold his soul in order to gain information to find out exactly where the kid was.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
That's right.
but then he double crossed the devil
He
and
pulled
managed to make it work.
He pulled a fucking
He sucks.
Constantine.
Yeah, he does actually.
He fucking does, dude. Is what it comes down
straight
to.
up.
I'm here for you,
Yep.
not kind of.
Yeah.
So they take the demon out of Ritter and they put it in a rock, and they blow it up in the underground
We'll
tunnel
say
that
catacombs.
they were trying to travel through.
Yeah.
There you go. And then they make it, and then Ritter ends up being the boy's protector, kind of his Terminator, his T-1000.
Right. Because once touched by evil,
he shaves his head bald,
Uh,
and
What are you laughing?
oh no!
kinda is
Oh, Buzz
Terminator.
froze.
Like,
I think Buzz from. Oh no!
You're
he's
back. You're back.
oh, okay. Anyway, he was originally possessed. He was unpossessed, so then he can't be possessed anymore. So that's why they say you're going to be with the child. So they team him up.
I kind of liked Franco's deal when he was, breaking it down to the church and shit. Like, hey, this happened. Well, we want this. No, not
Tough
gonna
fuck.
fucking like. All of a sudden, he just got like boss level. He's like, this is how it's gonna happen. You're gonna fucking like it. It is what it fucking is,
The
bro.
one thing that kind of bugged me with the ending, and it's not a major gripe, it's just because I'm into this kind of stuff, I would have appreciated if there was some kind of shot of some sort of protection sigil or something on the guy, just because that you've been possessed, you can't get possessed again. I think you'll find that that's not factually accurate. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
The way that
The way
he
worded
explained
though.
it works.
Right.
He was
Like
he was possessed.
He verbally laid it out.
He was possessed. That would destroy any man. To have come back from that and to be, once again able to be yourself means that you were beyond the touch of evil. It's had its hooks in you, and now you're pretty much.
And if
you're
he was the
evil
one
anyway.
if he was the one that forced the evil out of himself, I would be like,
See, okay.
yes.
Now
But some dude
that's
and
where
another dude had to physically hold him on the ground and exorcise him. If no one had exorcised him, that lady and that kid were going to have a very bad day.
And he also makes note of the fact that what was in Ritter was ridiculously fucking powerful. Like Ritter shouldn't have been able to.
It doesn't matter. If he's not the one that physically forced it out himself, I feel you can be possessed again. Because reality-wise, you can get possessed up to the fucking wazoo. It doesn't matter how many times you've been possessed unless you fucking do something to stop it.
That was my only problem.
No, they're thinking is
this isn't a big gripe for me, by the way. It was just a minor, very minor annoyance.
But that's what got me though, because like you said, had he kicked it out, I would have been like, okay, dude's untouchable. But it was everybody pulling it out of him, and that whole theory, like, yeah, this motherfucker was like a boss level demon. We all know where there's one big thing, there's always the next big thing. So like, just Big could go and take his ass. I would still give it if he kicked it out of him by himself, then he may be able to take on the next big bad. But like that was the only kind of issue I had with it. Even still, I'm like, well, okay, I mean, like, I guess it's better than Joe Schmo protecting the kid.
Well, as I said, it was a minor, like,
right.
storyline wise, it didn't affect my opinion on the movie whatsoever. Real minor gripe. It's a fucking movie at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right, but it's just that slight wording that like you're entrusting the next holier than thou to a guy that couldn't even kick his own demon. But
I get what they're trying to put across in the movie, and what Buzzing Giz are saying as well, because I get the impression that like customarily that demon wouldn't have even had time to walk up and try and murder someone in him. He would have ripped him to fucking shreds from the inside out and had to go find somebody else to fucking wear like a meat suit.
Right.
but the guy was strong enough to hold him as a vessel. But it's still, as I said, it doesn't affect my opinion on the actual storyline of the movie. It's just a
No,
very
it's just
minor
that-
gripe.
Right.
I don't
No,
know if
it's
it makes
just
a difference,
that
but
little
he
bit of
does
wording.
also. He does also. There's a line about how
Lum, welcome
Ritter
to the
pretty
Chislets.
much-
How art thou?
Hey, what's
Well,
up,
look,
man?
That is
there
Lum, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just
There
making
is
sure.
there is the line that from there is the line also about the fact that apparently Ritter pretty much came back from the dead, or that's kind
Yeah.
of the way that Franco describes it is Ritter essentially came back from the dead. That possession should have killed him. You know, that's his thinking on it. You know, the very fact that it
I
didn't.
don't the rationale in the movie as to why he's been picked to be the protector, I totally agree with. I just don't agree with what they're saying exactly, if you get me.
Mm.
Him surviving the whole ordeal and not being just a desiccated soul lost in hell with a dead body after
Right.
they get the demon out on Earth. I totally buy that that's why the guy's the protector, but I don't think he's
The
unpossessable.
best. Right.
No. He probably is the best, but I just don't think that he's
Immune to
unpossessable the way
possession
that
now.
they're saying he is. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, they're treating.
It would have
they're
been a
treating it
real,
like,
literally not trying to fucking hark it on to Supernatural, but if they just had some sigil tattoo, like something that Tobin Bell
Right.
had on him, tattooed, and they're kind of like, they kind of tapped on the tattoo, and they're kind of like, you can't be possessed. And then they did the whole rest of the speech as per normal. I would have been like, chef's kiss, perfect. Everything tied up with a little
Yeah.
bow.
We also find out that there was a couple other like biblical figures that were reincarnated that were not so lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I think his cousin was the reincarnation of I think John the Baptist. I believe I know they mentioned two people, but
I think his cousin. I think his cousin was Saint Peter, and there was
Okay.
another kid. And
And I think
I
that
don't
was
know
where
if
the
it-
pool happened. That's the part
No, I
is like
think-
some of these. Go ahead.
I think the way that he said it, it half implied that it was actually going to be Ritter's kid was supposed to be the reincarnation of John the Baptist.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I could be wrong. It's just he does mention John the Baptist. Like Saint Peter is definitely Ice's cousin, and he
Yeah.
mentions John the Baptist, and then very quickly afterwards turns to Ritter and kind of gives his condolences on what happened to his kid. So it's kind of like,
Okay, so I got a question. Did anybody catch the after credit thing?
No.
was there an
As
after
usual,
credit thing?
no,
I
'cause
looked,
I
but I
tried
didn't spot
looking.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So where we were, Franco takes us to stare at the flower, and we were talking about the, the wavelengths, the sound waves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we
the
go back to that
EVPs.
room. There we go. Thank you. We go back to that room, empty, and we got like a angle, like we're kind of in a wall camera watching the room, and from the windows, something gets knocked off the window seal, like a container of some sort, and that was it. Like something kind of moved across the room. It was just a weird kind of like, I mean, I don't know, like it didn't seem like it meant anything, but I'm sitting there like
The
racking
whole-
my brain, like
I think the whole point of that scene is that entire room was evidence, basically.
Mhm.
That's
oh,
that-
okay,
that-
so
that's
that's
the
just one
equivalent of
more
a
bit of evidence.
yeah, that's the equivalent of
Okay.
a spiritual fucking fingerprint, and it's something that was going off regularly, where every hour you'd hear the screams of the children who died in that room. So the fact that it's still going points to the fact that you won,
Okay,
but you haven't like won.
Kind of means
won.
that there's still something else.
okay.
there.
Yeah.
See,
Hey,
like,
Katie,
You may-
welcome
like
to
you
the
said, you may have
Chislets. How art
stopped
thou?
one, but
Hi, Katie.
Gotcha. Okay, because I was racking my brain. I'm like, was the container something?
cut one head off and
uh,
two come
right,
outs kind of
okay.
thing.
I was getting like way too heavy into it. I'm like, did that container do
So-
something?
The one thing I was trying to add up was the events themselves, the 4 events where they all, well, you were saying, I guess maybe this is why maybe okay, were they all supposed to be going for Jesus reincarnate, or
They essentially were able to track the kid around, like, because he emanated a certain amount of energy. So they
Yeah.
were able to locate the energy source. They couldn't locate the specific.
so the one I was confused about, because like I'm This probably wouldn't have been the same. I don't know. So the first one in the beginning, where the kids are killed in the nursery,
Yeah,
is
ISIS there.
he the one that
Yeah.
wasn't in the nursery where the mom was sitting outside of the nursery?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And then I know the second one with the shooting was he was home from school sick,
Yeah.
so he
Right.
wasn't there. The third one with the pool, what? Like
He's
that one I
still
didn't.
home
said-
sick.
He's still
Yeah,
home
that-
sick.
okay.
said, like she verbally stated, if you're not feeling any better, we can't go swimming tomorrow.
Okay, see, I may have missed that part then, because
Yeah.
like I
Well-
like I was sitting here.
It was like
It's one
2
of these
seconds.
things where I think when I'm in the toilet thinking about the movie, I'm just like, okay, 3 out of 4 parts I know why he wasn't in
No.
said area.
Yeah.
The third or fourth one I couldn't remember why. I must have
But
missed that.
by
couple
all
seconds.
rights, by all rights, they had him like 2 or 3 fucking times.
And then
Happened,
they end
yeah.
up obviously killing the other 2 reincarnates then.
Yeah.
So they end up still accomplishing something in a couple
Right.
of their missions. It's just like I'm like, okay, I like the school shooting one, I'm like,
would've-
okay. I remember her calling the cousin's mom saying, oh, is he feeling better? I'm like, okay, he was sick. That's why he wasn't at school.
Yeah.
And then him being abducted by Saw at the fourth, the bombing, the bombing.
That
I was like,
same
okay, that
scene-
obviously means he's not going to be in there because he's,
Right. No,
abducted.
it was that
Yeah.
same scene. She had to, hey, if you don't feel better, we can't swim tomorrow.
okay.
Then she
So,
makes
yeah, I
the
must
phone
have-
call
And
to
it-
ask how he's doing and shit.
it would have made sense as well, the fact that like the reincarnation of John the Baptist and Peter, because if I remember correctly, John the Baptist was Jesus' uncle, and was Peter a childhood friend or a cousin or something like that originally? That was it. Yeah. So the notion of those two particularly being in his circle, as in like they're supposed to be part of this as well, that was kind of cool.
And with John the Baptist being the one who baptizes him, that was like very important in the in the
History
whole
of Jesus.
Yes. So
Anyway,
that makes sense that those would be the ones that would also be reincarnated, so those events could happen.
anyway, will we hit the trailer for Beelzebub, and then we're going to be back where we're going to be talking about the Exorcism of God,
Yes.
which is heavy,
Yes.
just to warn you.
So, Father, why did the Vatican really expel you?
In 2010, reports of possessed people increased exponentially, and the Pope himself asked us to look into cases backed up by priests with experience in
Exorcisms.
demonology.
And we are back. That was the trailer for Beelzebub. So we'll get a quick poll here. Beelzebub. What year was it again? 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Correct.
2017, and we'll go yay or nay as per usual with the polls. Right, so let you guys take a look what you think from the look on the trailer, and you guys, what are we voting it?
For me, I dug the shit out of the story,
Me too.
and I thought the effects were good.
Me too.
So I got to go 4.
Also me. Solid
4.
4.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
For some reason, because like the way when you kind of were saying like your original intent of the episode, I was anticipating the movies to be cheesy or whatever.
shit shows.
And I watched it and I was like, holy shit, this was actually a really fucking good movie.
Sorry, I'm actually giving it an 8.
Acting-
Aren't we doing them out of 10 from now on? Wasn't that what we did last week?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just remembered, I was like, wait a minute, didn't we change that the last show?
My bad. So like that'd be 8.
8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid 8, 80%.
Yeah. I thought it was acted well. The story was good. Special effects was good. Like there was
Didn't even rely on Tobin Bell to kind of carry the movie or anything.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
no.
Now, granted,
I think it's just kind of that name factor.
Yeah,
Kind of
it
like
looks good on the
get you
DVD
in,
cover or
but-
whatnot. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, the old boy that played the cop, he's a good actor in his own right.
Yeah. The whole movie was cast really well. Even the little kid.
Yeah.
He's really good. Really good. Because when there's a really cool scene when the cop is chasing them when he's possessed and he turns into this like demonic, nearly like Jesus marionette at one stage as he's chasing them through the catacombs, and the fucking scared look on that kid's face. Big sell. Really good.
Yeah.
Right, so what were you saying? Are you saying 4 as well, Buzzles?
I said 8.
8, sorry. Yeah, fucking hell, Jesus Christ.
4 the old format.
Yeah. What are you
3 8s and a giz.
3?
Aces and 8s.
Okay. Did you say 8 as well?
I did, yeah.
Okay, well then it's an 8.
Okay, I didn't hear it.
80% for
80% high rating from the GoreCast.
High ranking from the GoreCast. Okay, 80% for that. I'm going to nip out really quickly once I set something up because I just need to fix myself another beverage because it's sacrilegious Good Friday, so I'm definitely drinking. That's the way that works. I ate some meats earlier.
Yeah, I had pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, I ate some meats earlier and
So did I.
sacrilegious.
It was good. It was from Little Caesars.
Mine was from
pizza.
4C.
And the stuff,
Four
the
Seasons,
crust
like
was
20
stuffed.
minutes
I
down
almost
the
said
road
that
from me.
backwards. I almost said the stuffed was crust, but nope, it's the crust was stuffed.
The pizza place is so close to me. I get the pizzas about 5 minutes out of the oven. It's great.
Oh, lucky you. I am nowhere near that fucking
Ours
close.
is pretty close.
There, honest to God, because I also used to get my pizzas from there. The place is so good. They're called what's the name of them? Because I
Four Seasons.
Four Seasons. I made a petition on Facebook after the first time I got their pizza, trying to get them to change the name to Epic Pizza, and they wouldn't.
Yeah,
Like,
really did.
like to the point that even if they answered the phone to Four Seasons, you're mad. Like, because I lived with a guy who, for lack of a better description, could be described as putting that man's kids through college. So they knew us all by name. And I'd never let Taha hang up the phone until he said it was Epic Pizza. It was good times. Taha was the man. And it was Epic Pizza. It was one of the few pizza places that actually had steak as a topping. And I was like, steak and jalapenos with some mushroom. Give it to me in my face right now. Please and thank you. We got 100% votage for people wanting to check out Beelzebub. So that's good.
That's good.
Right, so Exorcism of God. Giz, take it away, and I shall be back momentarily.
Okay, so The Exorcism of God takes place in a primary. Yeah, once again, we're actually back in Mexico again. Haha.
Right.
This time with Father Peter Williams. Now, at the beginning of the film, Father Peter Williams is called into a situation whereby there's a young woman who is possessed. Now, he makes a call to a colleague who strongly advises him not to do it, going so far as to say, I forbid you from doing it. You are not ready. You do not know what you're fucking doing. Lad, are you fucking mental? Do not do this. So,
Right.
naturally, of course, he goes and he fucking
Hey,
does
Trev.
it. Because, oh, Trev, welcome to the chats. Anyway, so he goes to basically try and exorcise a demon out of this young lady, who is named Magali. There we go.
Okay.
Now, straight away, you're in for an interesting time because once Father Peter clears the room and, gets down to work, the demon decides that it's going to be as seductive and alluring as it possibly can be. Ridiculously so. To the point that, like I told Johnny straight up, just so you know, you might think you're watching my kind of film. You're not. It's actually an actual movie. You're good. You're good. Now,
Definitely does not start that way, though.
Father Peter records everything because part of the procedure and begins with the prayers and does his best. But Unfortunately, the demon is a wily son bitch, and he believes he has the better of it, gets a little bit too close, and gives in to certain things he probably shouldn't have. And that's where the issue stands, because for that brief moment, the demon jumps from Magali to the preacher.
I was gonna say there was a bit of a chink in the father's armor. I mean, like it just.
And to be fair, over the course of the film, that chink is explained.
Right.
And in a very good way. Now, the film then jumps to 18 years later, where Father Williams is working in this Mexican town that is dying, is the best way to put it. The kids are dropping like flies. He's called in at one point to give last rites to a kid, and fortunately, as soon as he arrives on, the kid opens his eyes. He's able to bring him to a hospital, but it's nothing but sick children, and they cannot figure anything out. There's nobody in the government seems to care. This place has been pretty much abandoned. There is nothing seems to be going right. And Father Williams believes that this is a punishment for what happened 18 years ago when he attempted to exorcise a demon from Magali. The fact that, he gave in for that split second, he knows something, he tried to confess it to a priest, and the priest told him he couldn't accept his confession. He would need to go to the bishop. He hasn't been able to bring himself to do that. So his plan, his hope, is that by finally going to the bishop, by finally confessing what happened, by telling him the truth, he can lift this burden from himself and maybe ease the suffering of his village. As it turns out, when he goes to visit the bishop explains that everyone, not just his village, everyone views him as a saint. He should be very proud of himself. And before he even gets to open his mouth, he's handed a great big checkbook and told that everything he needs is on the way. Medical equipment, everything. He can save his village. It's a miracle. That's it. That's exactly it. You will deliver an Easter miracle. You will deliver an Easter miracle. And everything seems fine. Everything seems serene until we go to the nearby prison, where one particular guard has attempted to feed a particular inmate, and it doesn't go well at all. And as a result of that, despite the warden very much thinking this is a fucking terrible idea, but screw it, we've tried to do everything else, he contacts Father Peter to come in and do an exorcism, at which point Father Peter realizes that job he tried to do 18 years ago, well, it's come back to bite him in the ass in so many ways. And this just kicks off a chain reaction of events that has some awesome stuff. Multiple possessions, multiple demonic entities, one of the most scary and fucked up versions of Jesus Christ coming down off his cross and terrifying the piss out of people that you will ever fucking see. This
What's worse than normal
Jesus?
Mobile statue Jesus.
And pissed off mobile statue Jesus.
Yeah, angry mobile statue Jesus.
Like that weird puppeteer statue one that we got in Beelzebub, I thought was kind of creepy. And then we watched this and I was like, well, that just upped the fucking level.
Yeah, fuck
all
you,
right.
Beelzebub. Shit myself.
Yep.
Yeah, this was just straight up. And
good thing I wore the brown robes. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
The film is out recently enough, so you don't want to get into too much of it, but it's very well done. The story is good. It was far better than I was expecting, for me personally. Now, it does, like Buzz said earlier, it hits all the classic exorcism marks, but there's a scene in the prison where I believe was intentional to be hitting all those exorcism marks.
Oh, yeah.
Because basically, Father Peter ends up calling in backup, and the backup challenges the demon to prove itself, and it straight up pulls every page out of the old 1970s Exorcist playbook.
Yeah.
And he just laughs it off. He's kind of like, psh, parlor tricks. Fucking disgusting.
Do you know the actor who plays that gentleman?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we were discussing it earlier, and we were saying he is the fucking man. That's it, Jeffrey. I was calling him Jeeves from Giles. Jeffrey is the fucking man. And he's also the one at the very start who tells Peter, do not do this.
I was going to say, I love the fact that when
he gets Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love the fact that when he's like, I need some backups, I'm going to call the guy years ago that said, hey, don't fucking do this for backup.
Yeah.
To be fair,
you know what? When you said that, maybe I should have listened.
Right.
Yeah, maybe. Like I said, the film is only out last year, so we don't want to get into too many story details because there are a few twists that I'd like to say I didn't see coming, but I kind of did.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because I thought they were handled well. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. You know, and
Oh,
there was
dude.
one or two. There was one or two nice touches as well in regards kind of the way that there was certain symbolism working throughout in regards how Father Peter interacts with the community, how the community interacts with him, the fact that somebody that he looked after years ago is now working with him to look after others. You know, that was I thought
Yeah.
that was really good. That scene where the two of them, Magella and Yuan, recognized each other, that was really good. That was just the click and just cemented the kind of the emotional investment in the characters because it made everything once again tied together in that.
Yeah, the continuity
None of
through the
them have gotten
movie
away with
is plot-wise is good because you find when, especially when it's a horror movie and like your main focus is the horror, you find that sometimes, especially when the story spans several years, that sometimes the continuity to things can kind of be missing. But everything has a very intent purpose, and it for the whole movie, like there's not a wasted frame of film in the entire film. Every shot is main objective is continuing the story and giving you backstory, albeit subconsciously to a certain degree.
Everything's
and I gotta
connected.
give mad props to the makeup and special effects because, dude.
Yeah, I like the possessed look of all. Anytime somebody was possessed, it had a distinctive look, and it was really good. Like not overly, not fucking dramatically over the top, but believably good.
It was mostly freaky eyes, and you see their skin tone just fade to deathly pale,
translucent practically.
And then, like the longer they're possessed, it's the more demonic the face tends to become.
Right.
Yeah.
That scene in the prison is brilliant. I love that scene in the prison. The cheekiness of it all was like, it's mere parlor tricks. Oh, okay.
Right.
How'd you like that for a parlor trick? That's just a parlor trick as well. I think that's pretty effective, don't you, fuckhead?
But no, like I've seen a lot of exorcism movies, and I mean, like makeup is kind of key when you're making those scenes of how they look and you know how well everything fits together.
Yeah.
And dude, their makeup and their special effects on this one was just tight, and it helped just kind of pull everything together visually.
Sorry to jump back to that scene because I hadn't finished what I was saying, but it's like even as kids were saying about symbolism, or not even symbolism, I suppose, but the way they tell the story without telling the story in this is brilliant because like that scene in the prison.
Yeah.
It starts off with them doing the exorcist stuff. And I think that's kind of a way of the demon slowly kind of be like, oh, you think you're just going to be getting the fucking exorcist shit? Well, baby, strap in because I'm way worse than that. And then the priest is just like, oh, fuck. Just kind of starts hitting the ground. And it's just like, okay, that's not the okie dokie. Ropes aren't going to be a fucking problem for this fucking fucker anyway. Oh, crap.
And the script has kind of got like, the script's got some good tongue-in-cheek moments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's banter between them. In that actual moment, just a banter between him and her, and then later on, you know, it gets weird, but in a good way because it's just that weird banter. But it's not just I hate you, blah blah. Like they get smart and use the script well.
Yeah. Well, it's like say when Jeffrey comes in. I can't remember the priest's name now, but say when Jeffrey from the thing
Father
comes
Michael.
in, it's literally that fantastic thing where he thinks like because he's the reason Giz likes this guy so much is because this guy's like the demon slaying priest. If you need a demon whipped out of someone quick, you send in Jeffrey because they just do what he says. Out you get, fucker. Whump. Gone. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then the demon having the little bit of a
yeah.
You've been dealing with some other stuff. Wait till you get a load of me, buddy. Whump.
Oh no, it wasn't even that though, because don't forget that his rep was built on the fact that the first big bad he dealt with was actually this motherfracker. And so once again we have a situation of, hey, guess what? Round 2. Ha ha ha.
I didn't get a chance to show you all my parlor tricks. Give me a minute.
I really loved the tongue in cheek in the scripts. Like it just made some of the scenes so not even like where there was violence. It just the verbal exchange between them was just awesome.
The confrontation of it.
Yes.
I think you needed that little bit of lightheartedness in some of the dialogue to a certain degree because predominantly it's a pretty fucking heavy movie.
Oh yeah.
Also because of the witty banter. I mean, the fact is, when you're in highly stressful and highly fearful situations, you can kind of go to, it's the Spider-Man defense. Why is Spider-Man always making jokes? Because he's fucking shitting his pants, and it's the only way for people not to realize it. He is insulting the enemy, because if he wasn't insulting the enemy, he'd be hiding in a corner shivering, because he's been doing this shit since he was 15 years old.
Yeah.
So
Do you think... Oh, do I want to bring this up now? Because the show is already running long. Fuck it. Do you think he's actually shitting himself?
I mean,
he said it himself.
I know,
He's
but
actually said it himself.
do you think that's the actual truth? Because if you think about it, like, canonically, he's been known to have to pull his punches the whole time.
Yeah, no. Let me. It's been stated, right? When he's younger, it was a case of the wisecracking was because he was scared. As he got older, he was less like, it's not that the fear went away, but he's older, and the wisecracking is more of a habit he's in, and it's the kind of person that he is.
Yeah.
So it started off as a blocking fear, and it just became the kind of person that he was. Where it's not necessarily blocking fear. It's a little bit there, but it's just who he is anyway.
Well, and Hikage even says mocking is a confidence booster, So if you say something and you see a flinch in your opponent, that does kind of help you a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always psychological. I mean, the first stage to winning any fight is to win in your head. If you've won the battle in your mind, then that's 50% of it.
Right. So if I'm mocking you about parlor tricks and you kind of flinch, like, okay, cool. Got another round in me. Might make it this time. Like,
More importantly, he's not exactly certain about that. That's a weakness, whether physically or mentally, that I can home in on. Exactly. And attack. And that's what this film does well. The whole point of this movie is that the demon is, like you said, the dialogue, the witty banter, these things are used to find the chinks in a person's spiritual, mental, psychological armor. Get in there. And once you're in there, you twist the nail and you crank it out. Which is what happened to Peter at the start of it. That small little chink led to a big old fucking ham-fisted, hooah, baby.
Yeah, well, it was unfortunately his ham fist is what got him in trouble.
Yeah.
Hooah, baby.
Yeah. When you described that opening scene to me before I watched the movie, and then I watched the movie, I was like, Gisby fucked in this situation. Gone. He'd have had a demon in him by lunchtime. Wouldn't have even been a thing.
I liked Trev's comment, by the way, of your regaling of me telling you at the start of the movie is like my kind of film, code word for porn.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
He's
in my defense. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'm waiting for my defense. What is it?
Like
he just said it. He just said it. Misleading.
Yeah, no, it was a little misleading. I was waiting for some music.
Really?
To start,
really?
Good lighting.
Really?
I didn't know.
Really?
I was.
Really?
A little misleading? Yes.
So, in any movie, if someone drops the hand, albeit in very crucial storyline points, are you automatically like,
as I stated,
maybe this is going to turn into a porno?
No, you weren't here for the beginning of my review, where I stated that this demon is acting extremely seductively and alluringly, deliberately tempting people.
Like every
demon. Like heads. No. I'm used to head spinning, like, shit blown up, candles like flames. She's all like, "Hey, sailor." Oh shit! All right, cool. What's up?
The Exorcist chick literally started bashing her vag to bits with a fucking cross.
Yeah, but she was like really aggressive. Like, I don't know. Like, it was different.
Have you ever seen fucking machines? It's aggressive. That's what the fucking thing is.
I know, but I'm like.
Point is, this chick pretty much did a striptease first.
Right. Like, if there was a mood building thing, tensions were kind of being mounted.
Can I just say, Carter, thank you so much for making me look good for a change.
Oh, no problem.
No, just making two of you look bad.
Yeah, thank you both.
Right now,
I'm so glad I'm not the one saying it.
We're in this together now.
Oh man! Well, I know what we got to get the two of them for their birthdays anyway. Pussy. Jesus Christ. Pussy. Here we go. We'll sort out some. Guys, if any of you got an OnlyFans and you need some fucking guest stars or whatever out there in the crowd, fucking ring the two fucking poon brothers there. They'll go sort some poon for you. Giz is down for wearing costumes, and Carter's got wheels. So if you're looking for one of those cool streams, by all means, ring them up, get them down. Poon brothers will sort you out. Bit of Poon Town. And on that revelation, we're going to fucking head to the trailer. We'll be back where we're... Oh boy! Wow. That is all I'm going to say about what's coming up next.
Save the best for last.
I had a dancing number, and it's Jesus on a skateboard.
If you thought...
A long time ago, I committed a sin. I was weak.
Welcome, Father Peter.
It's not every day you get a visit from a saint. I am not a saint.
You've been helping our people for 18 years.
Father Michael, you made it?
If I can make it to hell, I can make it to Mexico.
The inmates have suffered the influence of the evil one.
She has symptoms of epilepsy, hysteria.
He wants you. Balbad is trying to possess you.
Feels like a punishment from the Lord.
I've greatly sinned. My fault. Savior. Through my fault. Savior. My fault. Savior. Through my most grievous fault. There is no place. My fault. God and the devil. My fault. In the same body.
How will I do it?
By not believing God is with you, but by believing you are God.
And we're back. That was the trailer for the Exorcism of Godness.
Pretty sure that's...
Yeah. 2 people saw one thing and 2 people saw something else.
Hey, only for that opening scene, buddy. Okay,
Yeah.
we all saw the same film afterwards.
That's true. 10% of the film, 2 people saw it one way.
All right, we got the old
The
poll.
other percent, I may have seen it.
We got the old poll in the chat there for you
audience...
Polarinos, so you can have a vote.
Big
and we, as a collective group, are going to go... What are we going? Where are we going? Giz, you presented the piece. Why don't you go first? Are you going to keep making sex noises until the...
Well, it's on par with...
are not my sex noises.
I was going to say, like...
Kind of porn, but still not porn. Maybe a 5. It was a good movie, though. It's not porn, though. Nah.
I thought we were going without a 10.
Yeah, that's why I said 5.
No, I was hovering around the 8 or 9.
I was trying to imply that you're like, will I give it a 5 because it's not a porn, although it was a really good movie. I should probably give it points. It wasn't a porn, though. It didn't make me think it was a porn. I thought that was your... Just give me the fucking number, maybe, so I have to stop rambling.
That was kind of like what's making my vote, actually, so... Oh, shit!
And we lost Buzz.
Oh, shit!
Oh, dear.
If someone has the ability to clip on YouTube, will they please fucking clip that for me? Thank you.
I can't do it anymore. Hold on.
Oh, we have lost Buzz now.
No, I'm here. I had to flip because I'm sure you guys don't want to see it.
So we broke Buzz a little bit.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie, welcome to the Kisnets. How are you?
Hi, Charlie.
Goddamn
Welcome to
wired
the show
headphones.
just in time.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna go with an 8 only because there's something about
shit, I'm
there's something about the
lightheaded.
very ending that it just kind of the very ending. There's something about it just kind of fizzles for me. You know, it's great up to that point, and even most of the ending happens, and then it's just the very last. I'm gonna say 2 or 3 minutes maybe, and just something about it just left me with a bad taste in my mouth. It's kind of like nah. But apart from that, so yeah, I'm gonna go with an 8.
You need to invest in wireless headphones.
Buzz, do you want to give your vote just in case your phone jumps off the table again before we?
I'm gonna go 7.
Okay.
Hard call because I loved both movies, so I'm gonna go 7.5.
2 8s, a 7, and a 7.5.
Did I say an 8?
Is that what you said?
No, but it's like you read my mind. I was going to give it an 8.
Oh.
So
Sorry,
8 plus 8 plus 7.5. 2 7.5s?
No, I gave it just strict 7. I mean,
Yeah.
if you need to make it easier.
No,
it's all
it's
good, it's all good.
Right, so
I'm the one that kinda fucked up the
7.6 for
It's
the
passable.
7.6 for GoreCast vote on the Exorcism
That's
of
like a
God.
C.
Oh man,
It's like a C plus almost.
Is 76 C?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Normally 100 is a A to like.
Yeah, 75 is a C. 75 is a C.
Yeah.
So
I don't think
over
100 is
75.
an A. I think it's like 90
Well,
plus.
it's A
is
plus.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
A plus,
100 is A
100.
plus.
A is normally anywhere from 90 to 99. B.
They shouldn't even say A plus. I think it should be like at 100. It should be like examination complete.
Right. Like, why do you,
You
gotta
win.
be a dick and go, hey, some of you did good, but some of you did so much better, A plus. I just feel like that's kind of dickish.
If it just
Because
had win,
competitiveness is in our nature.
if it just had win, it's like what you get. I got an A. What's your one say? Win. I won the class. I don't know what that means, but I've won it. I think I own you now.
Yes,
Just saying, dude.
Tristan, I'm okay. I got
I feel
overly
like-
excited from the laughter, and I accidentally hit
Yeah.
my headphone
I feel
cord
like-
and whoops a daisies.
So
I feel like
7.6
Jesus
from the
Christ
GC
Vampire
crew
Hunter give A
for that, and it is a 67% yes, 33% no for watching The Exorcism of God
Oh,
from the Chisnits. I don't ever
Yeah,
remember
well-
how I came up with it as the Chisnits, by the way, but it's stuck now.
yep.
I'm going
Okay.
to sit back, relax, and watch as one of you
Oh, it's me.
attempts
It's me. It's me.
to unveil the glory that is Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter.
Wow, you even said it cooler than that movie deserved. I'm not gonna
Featuring
lie.
Santo.
Like, that was kind of like
It
anime
wasn't
or-
featuring Santo. I just before we even get into the goddamn movie review, it wasn't featuring Santo.
I
Okay,
knew I was supposed
It
to say
was-
something, but thank you,
it-
Buzz, for doing it anyway.
It was
it wasn't
Santo-
featuring Santo. Okay,
It was Santo Light.
it
was
was
no
definitely
light
not
about
Santo Light. I'll tell you
It was
that straight
extra
out.
large Santo.
It was Wish Santo.
There you go. Order from Amazon. Order from Wish.
Anywho, back in, and believe it or not, due to the fact that you're watching the video that's here right now, back in 2001, some crazy
They can't
kids,
see because of the weebs.
some crazy kids. I actually nearly feel like pulling up the Wikipedia. 1 minute. Back in 2001, anyway, some crazy kids decided that they were going to
I have got the Wikipedia here.
pen to paper a movie called Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter that tells the tale of. I love the fact that I can just move around now and not worry about my microphone. It's amazing. It tells the tale of Jesus, who isn't dead, and I'm not sure if all of the church, but definitely some New York-based church people for definite are aware that he is not dead, and they are all in
Right.
communique with said Jesus, who, from what I can understand at the start of the movie, spends most of his time baptizing bitches at the beach.
Yep. Pretty much.
That's not a euphemism, by the way, for a sex thing or anything. I mean, literally spends most of his time baptizing bitches at the beach. Vampires are murdering lesbians by the 2s and 3s. Because I'm led to believe that it's a large thing, but I didn't see a lot of lesbians getting murdered by one scene. So I'm going to say lesbians are getting murdered by the twos and threes, but this is very worrying for A, the church for some reason, and B, Jesus for another reason. So normal priest and punk priest, who is down in the credits according to Giz as punk priest, they have a quick conversation with each other, basically being, have you seen all these lesbians getting murdered? Yeah, from what I understand, it's vampires. Vampires, you say? That's fucking crazy. We should probably go talk to Jesus. At which point you're kind of like, maybe they're going to go have a pray. You know, maybe it's one of those things like they do a ritual and they're able to talk to Jesus. But no, they just hop on some mopeds and get a helmet on that very, very coincidentally, or maybe conscientiously, has a large mohawk shaped hole down the center of it, because punk priest obviously has a mohawk the size of his leg. Then they get to the beach where, as I said, Jesus is doing what Jesus does best, baptizing bitches at the beach. They're kind of like, hey Jesus, we need to have a quick conversation here, because there are vampires about and they are murdering lesbians by the twos and threes. From what we understand, there's at least 4 lesbians, if not 5, dead. I'm going to put it that way. And that's in a 3-day period. Multiply that by 4 or 5 weeks. That's like 45 lesbians. Right. And you have to take into account this is back in 2001. There might have only been 150 lesbians at the time, for all I know.
And I mean, like, do you call God because 1 or 2 lesbians fall, or do you call him when a lot of lesbians fall?
Yeah, you call God when it's large numbers. We'll just call his son now. It's small digits. Nip it in the bud. So,
exactly.
They don't have time to nip it in the butt, because a load of vampires show up and they start having a what can only be described as terribly choreographed fight sequence with each other. I mean, bad. So bad it's entertaining. I mean, bad.
Terrible is the key word in that. Yes.
Imagine 5-year-olds. Imagine 5-year-olds trying to make a Power Rangers movie with no martial arts experience.
It's a lot of friends that did not have insurance on set and did not want to hurt each other.
Yep.
But
they did, because I won't lie to you, from a man who's done martial arts and wrestling, there were several landings during some of those fight sequences where I was like, that man is going to regret that in the morning. One of which was when Jesus did the arm throw to the guy when they were having the fight with the multiple. Do you remember when the 400 vampires got out of a minivan?
Yeah. No, those weren't vampires. No. Whoa. They weren't vampires. That was a clown car full of atheists.
Oh, they were just... Yes. Oh, sorry. I thought they were vampires.
They were atheists.
Oh, sorry. They were atheists.
Oh, okay. I thought they were vampires.
I thought they were...
My bad.
I knew they were atheists, but I thought they were also vampires. No.
So did I. I thought they
very
were
hard to tell, because vampires just walk around willy-nilly in the daylight. Yeah. Although they do give a medical reason for that, because they've got replacement skin being made by a crazy doctor who looks like Gary Busey's son.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's the reason for all the lesbian blood being missing.
Anyway, he's having a fight with these atheists. I'll get back to the normal plot normally, but at one stage he does this kind of very botchety. Or sorry, was it an arm throw? It might have been a rolling lift kick.
Oh.
Do you know where you kind of like Ryu? Do you know where you roll on your back and you kick him?
Right.
It was something like that anyway. But the guy left the roll and just landed clunk on his fucking head, and I was like, ooh. That's not a stunt.
Well,
I was just like, that neck went in a way that was.
I love the way they managed to do that entire scene with like people and their kids and shit in the park behind them. Just no fucks given.
It's New York, dude.
I feel like
no, it's not. It's Ottawa, Canada.
Oh yeah, it's fucking Ottawa, Canada.
It's Canada. I feel like there was
Canada. They were literally the first place to legalize weed in wherever. Like they're up for everything.
And it showed.
Canada. And it's also Canada. I would imagine that everyone was just too polite to go over and be like, what the fuck is going on over here, lads? If that was Limerick, you'd have an actual fight on camera, because there'd be 500 knackers running around. Is this for RTE, is it? No, it's not. Because believe it or not, my largest filming ambition wasn't to work for fucking RTE. Or for the brief bit of work I did for them, it's not what it's all... Whoop-de-doo. All that I'd say. Fucking RTE, is it? Fucking Jesus Christ, I fucking hate it. The amount of time I got that with Steve Spade, man, when we were filming the magic thing. You fucking filming for RTE area? No, I'm fucking... Do I look like I work for fucking RTE, mate? Seriously, cop on. Anywho. beach. Vampires
Baptized.
having a fight. Both of the priests, they don't make it, unfortunately. Which also kind of gave me a weird lack of faith in Jesus through this movie, because I was kind of like, thought you might have at least been able to save those two dudes.
But Jesus was busy when that shit went down.
Fighting one other vampire, while the other vampire, who you'll find historically or canonically through the movie, she is miscellaneous vampire that murders people and Jesus is occupied.
It also makes sense in continuity of the fact that he ends up partnering with Santo, who is the worst protector of anything.
Oh no!
If you've seen the Santo films.
If anything, Santo is a liability in this.
Yeah,
because Santo got Liam Neeson's kid instantaneously. Santo showed up. They had a lunch. They had a quick little beefarino in a general store.
Yeah,
I could never figure out what the fuck the guy was selling. It was kind of like he had fucking everything in there. It's like, what are you? Were you
kind of like a resale shop, kind of, I think.
Yeah, it was weird. Also, I'm going to get to that guy in a minute, because he was a delight for all the wrong reasons, but a total delight.
Community theater.
Yeah. I'll tell you why he was a delight in a moment, and I'm hoping that the one black guy on the crew will corroborate this for me, and that's the reason I found him a delight.
I was fucking rolling when that dude was going.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
you know exactly what I'm on about. I was like, he sounded like an 80-year-old black guy who'd lived in the South during the bad times, didn't he?
Yes.
What the fuck was up with that? Were you coming into my store, Jack? It was like, where the bro?
It was an acting choice. What? Not a good one, but it was an acting choice.
I would nearly go as far to say, and Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter guys, if any of you are out there, and none of this is in a negatory way towards your movie, because I fucking loved every second of this.
Yes.
But if one of you could clarify for me, because call it my director's instinct, but I genuinely feel that they had a black guy for the role, and then he got booked for something else.
He looked at the script and he was like, nope.
Yeah, and they were just saying, hey, Mike, what are you doing for the weekend? Nothing.
I got a role for you. You're a black store owner.
You know the sassy black store owner role? Yeah. If I was to just get a red pen and scratch out the word black and write white over it, how would you feel about that? I'm fucking down, eh? It'd be fucking great.
Yeah.
Right. Need the spot filled. Fill the spot.
You paid maple syrup.
Yeah. So anyway, Jesus now has to go looking for the vampires, because he's two priests who, and the only two people that he knew who had a lead on the vampires, are fucking dead. First of all, if you are going to go hunting vampires, you need to let people know that Jesus Christ is back. Bestly done through large musical dance number.
Flash dancing.
In an 80s style, where just for no apparent reason, everybody on the street is a professional dancer. I'm reluctant to say professional dancer. Everyone on the street's mad for a dance. That kind of unreal. You know, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where all of a sudden the whole town's dancing. No reason why that all of them are on the same tune or anything like that. But
it's like
it
a
happens.
flash mob. It's
So
like a
yeah,
flash mob.
it's like a weird Catholic flash mob breaks out for an entire dance number. Full-blown dance number with comically applicable lyrics to the movie. That's all. Just so good.
Oh my god! I should see if I can look up the song lyrics while you're talking.
Please look up the song lyrics. I would love that. So that dance number breaks off. After the dance number breaks off, he's kind of like, okay, maybe shouldn't have let everybody know what I look like and that Jesus is back. I need to kind of rectify this. What am I going to do?
Well,
I'm going to go to the tattoo and hair studio parlor, who coincidentally are one of the sponsors for the movie, and I'm going to get me some fucking piercings, and I'm going to get me a fucking new bouffant.
That's
so
where
he does.
I was kind of
Beard
lost.
gone, woof gone, tight,
like
punk-like haircut, but not dyed, because I feel they couldn't get the actor to dye his hair. So they were like, cool, that's perfect, that's good. And the tightest navy t-shirt known to cinematic history. And
I feel Buzz has found the lyrics.
No, I just found one of the other songs. Everybody Gets Laid Tonight.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that song.
Find me the first one, but if we can't do that, we'll do that one. So anyway, then Jesus has to go on the hunt. Jesus goes and finds this little lady whose name I can't remember.
Mary Magnum.
Mary Magnum.
Yep, Mary Magnum.
I can't remember, was I doing something? I missed her name during the movie, and now that makes a lot of sense as to what was going on.
Right.
Okay. Because I was like, this woman is really, really trying to fuck the Son of God. And I was like, now Now I get it. Now I get it. Okay, that's fine.
I mean, they really were tongue in cheek when they did this shit, dude.
Oh, he was going to be tongue in cheek by the fucking end of the movie if she didn't fucking start batting for the other side. Anyway, so Mary Magnan and him have a weird introduction to each other where they essentially kick the shit out of each other for 30 seconds until she's like, I'm working with you. And it's kind of like, you could have opened with that line, bitch, opposed to swinging a fucking punch at me. What the fuck's going on?
He started it.
Whatever. He's Jesus. He's allowed. He's the son of God.
Right.
Anywho, it's never. He's fucking Jesus. You try and make that fucking argument hold up in court. It's not going to happen.
Right.
We have video footage. No, you don't. Okay, cool,
Exactly.
perfect. Sweet, great.
Water to wine.
And now the
video, no
judge
video.
is drunk because you've been fucking turning his water into wine the entire way through the court case.
I feel this is the point where like fucking Robert De Niro comes strutting in a suit, taps you on the shoulder, and goes, "I fucking told you so, lad."
Pretty much.
I don't know what you're on about.
What?
I don't know what you're on about.
Devil's Advocate.
That wasn't Robert De Niro.
Wasn't it?
No,
Al
it was Al
Pacino.
Pacino.
Fuck!
I was like, what the fuck does the devil from Angel Heart have to do with this? That's kind of...
What's worse is I had the right person. I had actually.
Yeah,
had
he's the devil
right
from Angel
person's
Heart. He always eating the eggs. I love that movie. It's so good. Mickey Rourke.
I had the right person in my fucking head, and I just said the wrong fucking name. But you know what I mean.
I do now that you clarified because
Yes, now
both
I
played the
fucking-
devil, but the alcoholic beverage. 2 seconds.
I
folks,
will
we'll get back to
say
this.
the Tromaville fight scenes were
Ooh,
like
baby.
Oh my God.
favorite. I think my highlight was the what was that? The junkyard where he like ripped off the windshield wipers and Santos is fighting against the two other random
Lucha
wrestlers that
vampires.
just
Santos, by the way.
Right.
Santos, the guy who's on the side of God, decapitated two people and just walked off with their heads in the middle of that fight.
yes.
Trophies,
now-
maybe for his Aztec gods.
I don't have a
Upside,
fucking clue.
I mean,
Does
like-
he have Aztec gods? Because he's not Santo.
Santo Light.
I don't know.
He's not Santo Light.
He's embodying what Santo would have done.
How many
in this
Santos do you think
situation.
he embodied, my friend?
Quite a few, because
Dude, you must have felt like that time that they tried to replace fucking Razor Ramon and Diesel with fucking Isaac Yankem and some other dude.
Yeah. I'm having
not the right
wrestler
people.
OCD, where it's just like, you're not Scott Hall. And you are most certainly not fucking Santo.
But I appreciated the fact that they brought Santo in.
I
to
love
fight
the fact that they brought
vampires
Santo
yet
in.
once
And to
again.
be honest,
Like,
as I was mentioning at the start of the show, I think they kind of had to bring Santo in because for some reason, Jesus was, for most of the fights, exclusively wrestling people. Everyone else was martial arting it up. Jesus was backbreakers and fucking
I don't
German
know.
suplex eyes.
I saw a couple of fucking William Shatner karate chops
Judo
kind
chop.
of thrown in there, right?
Yep, wrestling. Literally, the fact
He's
that you
right.
said William
Chop.
Shatner judo chop, I'm like, that's more wrestling than.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Chop the carotid artery.
Anyway,
Right.
yeah. So him and Mary Magnum go in search of the vampires. One of whom is Johnny, the other whom is a lady whose name I can't remember, and there's Gary Busey's son. Not actually Gary Busey's son, but Gary Busey's son Light. They all have a meeting in the lesbian drop-off center, where presumably lesbians get dropped off for correcting. Is that what I was getting?
No.
Was it one of those de-gaying things?
No. Do you remember the whole thing whereby you were like, how are they walking around in the sunlight? They're stripping the skins from the lesbians and drinking their blood and transplanting the skins onto themselves.
I'm aware of all of that, but why? What is the lesbian drop-off center?
I think that
where
was a
we go
joke about all the
shopping.
That's
Right,
where the
right.
vampires are like delivering off.
Right. So okay, okay. Because when the old lady that was working at the lesbian drop-off center came running out and freaked out when all the lesbians were murdered at the lesbian drop-off center, She gave me those vibes of I'll beat the gay out of you, kind of.
No, maybe you're right. So I was thinking of the wrong fucking place.
Yeah, I think it was that kind of a lesbian drop-off center, and then the old lady runs out and screams for one of two reasons. One, A, because there's a load of dead people getting eaten alive in the waiting room, or B, because she's never seen that many lesbians in one spot at the same time. I'm not exactly sure.
I thought it was the dead people. I didn't even think about the lesbian part. I just thought like she walked.
I thought that now it could just be me
bodies.
watching too many documentaries. It was just the fact that it was a lesbian drop-off center. I just was kind of like, that seems like do you know the fucking anti-gay summer camp things that they've fucking had for ages?
Well, I got electricity's, but lesbian drop-off center, is that a dating room? Ask me for a friend.
Well, I'll tell you something for nothing, Tristan. If it was a dating room, we didn't really get a chance to find out in the movie because everybody was fucking dead pretty lively.
Right.
Because Jesus somehow, even though he has the power to be everywhere at the same time, manages to be, for the majority of the movie, partially too late to save anybody.
Right. I was going to say, and he even proved towards the end of the movie.
Powers.
He even proved at the end where he could be in two places at once, but yet the rest of the movie, day late and $1 short.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jesus sneaks into the lesbian drop-off center. Johnny and him start having a fight, and Mary Magnum and
Rita.
Yeah.
No, not Rita.
Oh.
Rita.
Oh.
There's a lot of people in this movie.
Give me a minute. We're gonna have to just pull this up here.
Gloria.
It's the last name I'm going to need to hear to... Jesus Christ.
While you're doing that, just to update you on my search, I could not find the first song, but I do have the lyrics to Everybody Gets Laid Tonight. So
okay, well, we'll give that a little read when we finish this. Sorry, one moment now. Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter. IMDb. 2001 baffles the shit out of me. It's got a 4.9 out of 10 though, so I'm like happy. Maxine Shrek, there we go.
Oh, there we
go.
Oh, yeah,
Maxine Shrek is fighting with Mary Magnum, and as has been
Shrek.
Yeah, and as has been canonically shown in the movie, is that if Jesus is fighting someone else, the likelihood is that somebody else will die because he's distracted. And unfortunately, young Mary Magnum is the lady to go. Which is entertaining because herself and young Maxine, while they're both vampires, strike up a bit of a romance and fall in love with each other. Jesus now, without his assistant, needs some sort of help to try and resolve the situation, and that is where Santo flies in from Mexico, best buds with Jesus, and judging by his fighting style, presumably teacher and master. And they just basically go hunting the vampires until Santo gets kidnapped, Liam Neeson style. Pretty lively, to be honest. Afterwards, they go rough up the guy in the shop that thinks he's from the South, from the 80s, and he's black. And yeah, they have a lunch together. He gets kidnapped pretty quickly. Then Jesus goes and saves him. Then they start murdering a load of vampires. Decapitations happen. Jesus has a very strange fight where he splits into two people at the same time when he's fighting Gary Busey's son Light and Johnny at the same time, with a very strange and some would say overtly long sequence of them running across a load of abandoned cars in a car.
See you later, Charlie.
See you later, Trebs. See you later,
No,
Charlie.
not Trevor.
Oh, see you later, Charlie. Sorry.
I kind of dug Jesus' split battle. The whole
so did I.
The whole when old boy pulled out old girl's intestines and wrapped them around his wrist, he's kicking Jesus' ass.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit had my full attention.
When he wrapped the intestines around his hands as an offensive fighting weapon, I was like, I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here.
But then turn that shit into a Three Stooges kind of punch. I was sold. That shit was like, oh, okay, that's ninja. All right, cool.
Go ninja, go.
Chills.
Yeah, so the lesbians are all saved. Santo finds his love, who he thought was a lesbian, but it turns out she's bi. Yay!
I about pissed myself in that scene.
We found out that Jesus likes badonkadunk.
Yeah.
Jesus likes serious amounts of badonkadunk.
That's about right.
Maxine Shrek gets turned from a human. He brings Mary Magnum back from vampirism because it turns out that Jesus had always the power to just unvampire you.
Right.
Which would have been a really good solution to the problem from the offset, which would have been just kind of like, nope.
Okay, but like, then I have the question of how taxing is that? Could he sit there and like unvamp everybody? Or is this kind of like a one and done? I need to like recharge.
Well, the guy can't die.
You know.
So.
And he did a couple of
whatever the plot needed him to do.
He did Maxine and you're one back to back.
Yeah.
Which they'd only love, I'd imagine.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay.
Whatever the plot needed him to do, that's what he did.
Yep. Okay. So is this a well shot movie? No. Does this movie have an amazing soundtrack? God, no. It's actually kind of abysmal.
Yeah.
Does it have well choreographed fight sequences? No. Does the plot make any sense?
No.
Jesus Christ, no. Is it a good movie? It's fucking great. It's fucking brilliant. I love this movie so much. It's like The Room for me. It's just got so much entertainingly bad shit in it that it just makes for a good watch.
I mean, dude, when he blessed the drink, took a drink, and then spit it on all vampires, fucking awesome.
Badass.
The whole
badass. The only way you could have made that more
awesome.
badass is if he screamed JP Kaye and fucked himself off the side of a building afterwards.
Right. I mean, this was it. It had the feel of, like this is my first kind of like dipping my toe into filmmaking, and a lot of people owed me favors, or my friends really, 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 really like me kind of vibe, because.
I'll be honest. I would not have been surprised at all if this had started and ended with the Trauma logo, and even if it was just something that the lads stumbled across and said, you know what, we'll fucking distribute that, then it would have made sense to me because it just fits right in with their kind of style of stuff. Maybe not as over the top as a lot of the Trauma stuff goes, but still, this felt like I was watching a version of a Trauma movie.
I'm still baffled by the 80,000 that it took to make this, though. Like, because.
Did you send me those lyrics? They had a plane.
Oh, I know. I was sending them to you.
Yeah, yeah. They had a plane.
I mean, like,
renting a plane.
That much,
has anyone ever rented one of those little biplanes before? Does
I've
anyone know?
That's why I'm asking. Because, like, I've never rented a plane.
What's the name of that plane? Is it a biplane?
No. Pretty sure a biplane is something pre-World War II.
I think biplane is the one that lands on water, isn't it?
No, that's hydro
airfoil.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay. I need to find the name of it.
I completely spelled that wrong. Biplane.
I'll just write biplane and see what comes up. I can work my way from there.
I'm pretty sure a biplane is World War One.
Yeah, that's the red
Baron.
Thank you, Red Baron. Like
light aircraft. Sleepy. There we go. We'll just click on light aircraft.
Yeah.
Give me the name. A light aircraft is an aircraft. Okay, we'll just type in light aircraft rental.
I mean, fucking, you can rent those?
Oh yeah, you can definitely, because sure that's what they teach you how to fly in.
Oh, okay.
Aircraft rental rates, St. Charles Flying Services. Okay.
Damn it.
Ranging between 122 to 520 bucks an hour.
And well, okay, that explains why that motherfucker was parked and everybody
minimum rental, 30-minute minimum rental on all aircrafts, 3-hour minimum rental on all overnight, i.e. 24-hour rentals. A fuel surcharge is added to the rentals as well, so you're paying for aviation fuel as well, which is going to be fucking pricey. When fuel prices go up, it goes up. When fuel prices go down, it goes down as well.
I mean, like, okay, so we rent it long enough to have two people sit in it and hopefully watch somebody else take off in it, kind of thing.
So you're looking at $1,000, maybe. That's for like a day rental, essentially. No, I don't know. Did I charge you by the 24-hour? Like, does it count as 24 hours, or is it only?
So in other words, that's probably their biggest knock in the budget is the plane.
Possibly. You see, the thing is,
they're still like,
you know,
at least on a low end, they're still at least like 76,000.
Yeah, you have to take into account. Look at how many extras they had there.
Oh shit!
They all get paid an hourly rate.
Right.
So
even at,
I
like,
love when the
say,
conversation is
$50 or something. Okay.
This isn't like the Clownado thing where I could not
No,
rationalize.
I'm honestly, I was honestly asking. Cause...
Like Clownado, when I had the wobbler about the pricing, I was like, in my head, I was like, I can maybe account for 50 grand of it. I don't know where the rest went. But you have all those extras, and then normally, a lot of the time, unless you know the people or whatever, a lot of those locations you're paying a fee.
Well, and I think like you have to like get fees to like close off streets depending on what you're doing, so that could also be something.
There would be. I won't lie. I wouldn't be surprised if those street scenes were just shot
real quick.
Yeah, because I mean, like you could do a flash mob and record it. Do you know what I mean? As long as you're not like obstructing traffic, you can kind of do whatever you want. Because what you're doing there doesn't really require a street to be closed down.
Gotcha.
Or if you're early enough in the morning and you're not making too much noise, like fucking 5 o'clock in the morning in the middle of a city, you know, you can get away with doing a fair bit without fucking people getting in the middle of it. You still probably got a bit of daylight, like.
I mean, even some of the locations look like it could just be the roof of their apartment blocks. To be honest, do you know what I mean?
I look at
that
it.
entire fight in the park was done with families around them.
Yeah, there was literally kids having a picnic in the background of one of the shots.
Because like I just look at it and I mean, like, there's not really a whole lot of special effects. Like, you know.
But there's a fuckload of extras.
Yeah. I mean,
there is a fuckload of extras, and I wouldn't be surprised if that would be where. Oh wait, awesome! I'll open fucking past Johnny's taking care of future Johnny. It's a case of I probably think the extras and probably the plane probably took a chunk as well. I think.
Wow!
I send you the thing in Messenger, just to let you know.
Okay, cool. Right, so I presume
got 80% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good bad movie. It's the same way The Room. You're going to be entertained watching it. It's not for the reasons that the director intended, but you are going to be entertained watching the movie. Okay, so here's the lyrics for one of the songs from Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, which is also, in case people forget, part musical. I can't even remember the tune of the song, so it's not even like a... Okay, I'll just read it out like a poem.
It's all good. It's all right. That's all I remember.
Everybody gets laid tonight. He came from heaven, 2 stakes in hand, to smote the vampires and free the lamb. Come now and join me, all ye strong and bold. We'll fight together like the days of old. It's all good. It's all right. Everybody gets laid tonight. Everybody gets laid tonight. Behold his glory, come praise the light that has delivered us from the endless night. Come sound the trumpets, prepare the feast, and make a joyful shout to he who slayed the beast. It's all good, it's all right, everybody gets laid tonight. And then spoken. So I can actually just speak this, I don't have to. Laid tonight, tonight, tonight. Be young, old, weak, poor. Come and join him now. You aren't all alone. It's all good. It's all right. Everybody gets laid tonight. He is the Lord of light, and he commands you, get laid, ha 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 ha, tonight and every night, forever.
Just to be clear, This sounds less like a song about Jesus and more like a song about Bacchus. You know, one of those fucking ancient Greek gods of debauchery and fucking. You know, I wouldn't. If they changed it to her instead of him, then I'd say Dionysus. You know, good old fashioned. Actually, that would fit perfectly because Dionysus was
god
for
of love.
renowned for the lesbian orgies as well, particularly. So you know, that'd fit in with the theme of the film.
Oh shit.
Sure. Well, that's
Okay.
that. That's that there.
So I can't. Excuse me. My internet just dropped out of my laptop, so I can't talk to the chat anymore. So if anybody comments, somebody else kind of keep an eye on it, please.
Will do. I
Yeah,
also
it's
keep an
okay.
eye on it. It's all good.
Yep.
It's all right.
It's all good. It's all right. Everybody gets laid tonight.
So weird when my laptop does that. Just like, we don't have internet. Yeah, we do. No, I don't. Fuck it.
Everybody gets laid. Beer, 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 beer. Skip, beer, beer, beer. Yeah, this is a sacrilegiously entertaining movie. I enjoyed this way more than I should have.
Oh, at the second I put it on, I just went, well, I know why Johnny picked this film. And then I find out afterwards he hadn't seen it yet. So it's kind of like, okay, that was weird.
Yeah, that was a Carter pick.
Ah.
And Carter had seen the film.
Yep.
Well, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
I told you
my
this earlier.
My brother turned me on to it like years ago. And so Johnny's like, I need this. Well, then you're looking for this movie, sir.
Yeah, and I had two other sacrilegiously terrible ones lined up, but couldn't find a download, couldn't find a rental, couldn't find a goddamn fucking thing for either of them. Pain in the goddamn hoo-hole is what it was.
We found a rental, but it was not free, and we both agreed, like, this movie is not worth $5.
No, sir.
Tristan's back.
Hello, Tristan. Welcome back to the Chidsnits. How we getting on?
Hydrate on.
Alrighty, so we're going to hit the trailer for Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, and then we're going to be back, where instead of me reading some of the worst spelt and strangest questions from the internet, Buzz has gone through his legal manuals from his days in law school to find me some of the strangest laws from around the world. We'll catch you in a moment. Bye.
In the new millennium, vampires no longer fear the sun. Now they're going to learn. It's time to fear the Son of God! Phil Caracas is Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter.
And we are back from the trailer for Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. Which I'm sure a lot of people were like, Jesus Christ. Vampire Hunter.
He's on a scooter.
God literally
Oh, that's
punching
right. There were
non-believers.
some
Yep.
scooter scenes.
Yep, it's got everything. It's got everything. It's
I love
sacrilegiously
little
fantastic.
G on his helmet. Like, we didn't know long hair robed guy was,
I also like how the Mohawk guy had his custom fitting helmet where he had the slit in the middle so he could put his helmet on so his Mohawk would stick out just fine.
Fucking majestic.
I also liked how somebody got stabbed with the hair pick. The old boy with the afro in the park. Like, he turned that whole fucking hair pick into a knife situation, like knifed himself with it. Oh, dude, so many great fight scenes.
Jesus was throwing drumsticks and killing people. And, it was good.
He did a backbreaker on a guy.
Yes. Oh, that was fucking awesome.
Right, so I suppose votes for Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter.
I'm giving it a 5.
Alrighty.
Out of 10?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. I thought he was going to give it over Ghostbusters.
No,
Alright,
Ghostbusters.
no, I'm giving it a
Ghostbusters
5 too.
is the 10 now.
I give it a 5 too. Like, was it shot like Johnny said? Was it shot well? No. Was it acted well? No. Did it make sense? No. Was it good? No, not really. But I couldn't take my eyes away from it because I was highly entertained.
Endless amounts of enjoy. I laughed my ass off for a solid hour 25 minutes.
I could
At
totally...
the end.
Hey, Best. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Best. How are
Unfortunately,
you?
you're
Welcome
kind
to
of
the
near
Chisnits.
the end of things.
I'm also going to give it a 5 for Buzz kind of took my speech. So for what Buzz said. 5.
I could totally see this.
I kind of
shoot
took your
just
speech
being
because you kind of. Yeah.
Kiss. Vote.
Yeah, I'll go with 5.
Okay. 5.
Sounds like an arm twist, but all right.
5. It is a 5 from
I'll
the
be honest,
GoreCast.
I was thinking 6 at first, and I was kind of going, will I go that high? Now I'll go to 5.
I felt like I was being super generous with a 5, dude.
Dude, if I was
way
to
more
just
entertaining than I thought
go
it
on
would be. Just
enjoyment
because-
level alone, I would have given it a 7.
I do enjoy my trauma movies. It's
Yeah.
just, this is like trauma light.
If I was just to go on enjoyment factor alone, it would have been a 7. But there's all the extra filming things you're supposed to do when you're reviewing. And I was just like if a guy that I used to go to film school turned around, he was like, "Can you recommend a movie? I'm looking for some kind of like really cool, interesting camera techniques or just some well shot footage." I could not recommend this movie. Or
Jesus
the sound.
Christ, Vampire Hunters. You won't believe the angles they shoot from.
Or the sound, because I presumably everything was off the camera audio.
It looked like it was filmed. They talked it, and then they went into the studio and dubbed over.
Yeah.
Because you could tell that the audio and them talking wasn't synced.
But I feel that
they were speaking English.
I
so
nearly think that was
I'd say
intentional.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I'm just. It could have been.
Because the vibe I was getting.
Did you see the movie?
The vibe I was getting for this was like 1950s
Kung Fu
movie.
Right.
But it's
Yeah.
Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. Do you know what I mean? Like real early, like Jackie Chan or a real early Bruce Lee.
Because I sat there and I looked, I'm like, are they like speaking a different language or just dubbed? I'm like, no, they're speaking English. Like the mouths are moving English, and it's like it's just off a little bit.
It's
it sounds
5
like
out of 10, Hikage. It's not 5 out of 5. We're not fucking mental.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
That's why I had to emphasize by just making sure that he's like we were still.
We
going
upped it
on
to 10, so there's like a device. It was easier for getting it because the
like if it wasn't entertaining, this would have been a 1 or a 0 out of 10.
No, yeah, definitely.
But at least it made me laugh a couple times. Like that fucking at the end of the scene, I'm by. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I just started laughing. I almost died from laughing so
It
hard.
was a delight to see Not Santo so happy.
And Jesus' slow slide down her back.
Yeah.
Fucking had me. Dude. Oh, okay, we're gonna. Okay.
Jesus
They
be loving a bit
high-fived
of a
like
donkey
they won
donk.
the Super Bowl. It was the best.
What you do when you're not saving the world from vampires, Jesus? Grabbing some ass. Just cut to a fucking CSI Miami outro. Jesus just puts on a pair of sunglasses. Right, so that's an average of 5 for Jesus Christ Superstar. It's not. It's not Jesus. It's not Jesus Christ Superstar. Don't worry.
Hey, he was a
joke.
superstar in this one.
That was a jokey joke. Don't you worry. That was a jokey joke. Okay, we're going to pop this over here for a moment, and then we're going to go open up this window, as is customary. Well, not customary, but as is going to be the new customary, as Buzz has acquired me some of the... Oh, you're not the right window. Buzz has acquired me some of the most delectable... There we go. Strange laws from around the world. Instead of... So hopefully these should be all grammatically and alphabetically spelled properly. I hope. You never know.
They should.
Internet is a special place. You never know.
Yes, yes it is.
Right, so first strange law. Sorry, I'm going to have to relocate Carter's face here. In New Mexico, idiots are banned from voting. I think that should be worldwide.
Thank you.
Yeah. One law in the state of New Mexico prohibits idiots as well as insane persons convicted of felonious or infamous crime from voting. To our knowledge, this crazy law isn't enforced elsewhere.
Because everyone else is allowed to vote.
Yeah. In New Jersey, bulletproof vests are banned while committing a crime. Amended in 1999, the Garden State law prohibits people from wearing a bulletproof vest while you're committing or attempting to commit a crime. If caught, a person can be charged separately for it. I feel if you're going to be doing that level of crime, where you may need some bulletproof vests, I think you go in for a penny or in for a pound, don't you?
I feel like, yeah.
It's probably just like an extra 6 months that they tack on to the 10-year
extra
sentence
6
for
months
the
of life
armed
that you
robbery
will
attempt.
have because you wore a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
Right.
In
How
Connecticut,
dare you protect yourself from us shooting you in the face?
Okay, here we
or
go.
The chest.
This is good and weird. In Connecticut, a pickle must be able to bounce.
How do you...
Here's a law that puts Connecticut farmers in quite a pickle. You see what they did there? Because the story's about pickles. Good
funny.
times. In 1948, 2 men were arrested for selling pickles that were unfit for human consumption. Discussing ways to check for good pickles, officials declared that a pickle is legitimate only if it bounces. The pickles in question did not bounce. So the 2 men were arrested and fined, and the pickles were destroyed.
So
Pickle
if
wreck.
I feel like
Would not have stood for that.
If you feel like your pickles are looking a bit distasteful, bounce them off the floor. If it comes back to your hand, that's a good pickle. If it just goes flat, throw those pickles in the bin.
Or you just don't
part of
eat
me-
pickles.
Or
part of me wants to really.
that's
fucking
crazy
try
talk,
that.
Buzz.
Yeah.
I fucking hate pickles. Oh, I hate
Oh,
them.
what is wrong with the two of you? 'Cause
I will eat a
thought
pickle
guys
right in
agree
front
with
of you right now.
Fuck
Raw.
right.
Are you look? Am I going to have to go
I
in the
would do
fridge?
it
Are you looking at
slices
me
so
like
I
you
could
don't believe
do
me?
multiple bites.
Pickles don't bounce.
Thank you. Like, I don't understand that one. And I mean, like, are we bouncing them off like the dirt road that we found them on? Do we take them to a laboratory and bounce them? Like, I don't.
I think you
quite
just hop it off the
understand.
ground, and if that pickle doesn't bounce, you're good to eat the rest of the pickle. Or if that pickle does bounce, you're good to eat the rest of the pickles.
I feel like
But
that's
do
right up
you
there
need to
with.
check them all individually?
Well, then you're
Right.
just going to have a bunch of pickles on the ground from the sounds of it.
Right. I feel like that's right up there with if you drown, you're not a witch. Well, that's a win-lose. I've got a bunch of pickles on the floor. Like,
Anywho, in Louisiana, it's illegal to send a surprise pizza.
okay, that's weird.
Well, we sure do wish this would happen more to us, but sending an unprompted pizza is actually considered harassment in Louisiana. Triple check your address if you live in the Pelican State, or else you may be handling over a $500 fine.
Holy shit.
For getting gift pizza?
I feel that this was a specific law brought in by a specific person that specifically started bugging the shit out of somebody.
I also feel
and they
that
just
this
went,
is.
you know what?
I also
We're just
feel that
gonna
this
do
is probably like not a case of I've bought the guy the pizza and sent it to his house. I think it may be a case of them ordering pizzas and sending them to the house with a dude unaware that he now has to pay for a pizza. Although I won't lie to you, if some dude just sent me a delicious za out of fucking nowhere, I'd be like, okay. You know what? Didn't know I wanted pizza, but now that it's here, I'm down. Give me some pizza.
Right. Now, granted, I guess like when a dude shows up at your door with like 10 of them, it's like, oh, well, this is probably.
Yeah, well, you could see how that could happen as well. So I would imagine this is why a law in Louisiana that it's
I don't
illegal to
know.
send a surprise pizza came from nowhere.
Or it could be something a little bit more, sinister.
In Montana, it's illegal to give a rat as a present.
I feel that has a history to
Bad
it.
news if you were planning to have a pet rat in the Big Sky country. In Montana, it is unlawful to raise, sell, or give away rats except as food for reptiles, birds, or prey, or both.
All right.
These are kind of depressing, Buzz. In California, they are all the laws of no crack. In California, it is illegal to whistle for a lost canary before 7 a.m.
Damn right, you get punched in the face, motherfucker. Waking
We're
me up
not
before
entirely
fucking
sure how
7
this
a.m.
bizarre law came about, but according to California.com, the city of Berkeley, California prohibits anyone from whistling for their lost canary before the wee hours of 7 a.m. Here's hoping we don't lose our canaries before 7
I
a.m.
love how it's specifically canaries too. You whistle for any other.
Right,
birds.
like I can whistle for my dog, my cat, whatever. Fucking canary.
A parrot.
Right.
Tristan, so everyone in Montana has cats. Most likely. Or kids named Hannah. One or the other. Anyway, moving on. In Arkansas, you can't honk your horn near a sandwich shop after 9 p.m. A hangry fool may be to blame for this law, but hey, most of the sandwich shops are closed in the sleepy state of Arkansas by 9 p.m. Anyway, if you do feel the urge to honk after hours, you'll be disturbing the peace and you'll still be hungry.
Oh, I don't think that was a hangry fool. I think that might have been a horny fool. Think about it.
Have
If most
sex with a
sandwich shops
sandwich?
or a sandwich maker, you numpty. Not a machine before you say that either, you strange individual.
Hey, Letty, what's going on? Welcome to the Chiznits. You've come in for the strange part of the show. Well, I don't know.
It's
all strange tonight, to be honest.
Horny or not, why are you honking your horn? Like, I don't quite.
Because, hey, beep, beep.
Outside of a...
Like
I think Giz is implying that prostitutes hang out the back of fucking sandwich shops.
I'm not.
Okay, because I'm honestly trying to figure that out.
Well, then I don't know what you're on about.
Because the shop is just after closing. You're after pulling up, waiting for your missus to come out. Honk, honk, I'm outside.
And maybe
that seems like a bad reason for a rule to arise.
Right.
Unless the sandwich shop lady went on to be a district judge one time. She's like, oh, I'll show fucking Barry. Oh,
right. How dare you?
Honk at me next time you come to pick me up from court, you fucking asshole.
All it takes is one person doing it all the time for everyone else around them to fucking get fucking pissed off enough to fucking start annoying the right people. To go, you know what? Now it's a fucking law. You can't fucking do that shit anymore. Just wait for it to fucking come outside.
Objection.
Sadly, that's
overruled.
True.
Moving on. Oh, no, wait. I didn't do that one. Sorry. In Arizona, it is illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub.
Why?
I'll tell you. In the 1920s, a local dam broke, flooding a rancher's home. The rancher's donkey had become accustomed to sleeping in the bathtub, which filled with water and whisked him miles away. After working to rescue the animal, the town passed a law that prohibits donkeys from sleeping in the bathtub, though it is okay for them to stand in one.
Okay, wait. The donkey was sleeping in the bathtub. The town flooded.
A local dam broke, flooding a rancher's home. The rancher's donkey had become accustomed to sleeping in the bathtub, which filled with water and whisked him miles away. And after working to rescue the animal, the town passed a law, which I would assume after working extensively to find the animal. Hence the law.
Where'd my donkey?
But it's okay for my donkey to stand in said bathtub.
Donkey, okay.
Oh,
it's very random, Letty, isn't it? Next,
weird.
My doctor asked for. Oh no, wait, that's all of it. That's all of the. That's all of the things.
The gods.
I can read that one if you want. My doctor asked for a urine sample. How do I know he isn't going to add this to food and serve it to customers in a restaurant next to the surgery?
Said on Tuesday. I'll say it again because he's not a freak, you weirdo.
Right.
Or maybe he is. That's the thing.
Ugh.
You don't know these days, do you? Do you, kids?
Pretty sure the Hippocratic Oath covers that kind of stuff.
Okay, but it's still up to you to it's that right up there with, hey, bad guys don't wear bulletproof vests. Hey, doctors, uphold the Hippocratic Oath. Don't steal my pee for whatever diabolical shit.
And hey, people,
how very well worded.
Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter.
Don't steal my pee for diabolical shit.
Right.
But you can steal it for just totally normal everyday.
Nefarious shit is fine, just as long as it's not diabolical.
Right.
It's okay.
No. Nefarious is might be kind of fun, might be kind of pranky. Diabolical, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Now I'm implicated in this shit.
Sorry, will you describe nefarious there for me, please? Again, it might be kind of fun, it might be kind of pranky.
Right. Well, I mean, it could be.
Wicked or criminal, the nefarious activities of the organized crime syndicates. Adjective.
Right. I get that. No. I know what the definition is. I'm just saying, like, we all have different definitions. Like, oh, hey, that joke was taken too far. No, it wasn't. It was funny. It's okay. Like,
what I'm hearing here right now, Carter, is, look, you know these English words? We all have English words, but sometimes people use other English words in replacement of words that they should use them
for. I find it funny. You find it illegal.
Confusing.
I mean, splitting hairs. That's all it is, splitting hairs. It's such a thin line. It's such a thin line between funny and illegal is all I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh, we agree with that, but the thin line between understandable and complete gibberish, because you've given every word its own definition, that we will never understand.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because we can't.
You find it.
Because only you speak character, apparently.
You find it criminal. I find it funny. It's that thin line of like,
Yeah, but
I find
my argument was that your use of the word nefarious was that if you find it funny and someone else finds it criminal, that's perfectly fine. That's up to you and your psychiatrist to work out. But when you think nefarious is just a bit of laughy jokiness, I was kind of like, just in case some young kid ever watches this and starts using the word nefarious.
To be clear, nefarious acts can be fucking hilarious, but it's not just a bit of a laugh. It's also a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't use it as a descriptive word for having a bit of an illegal laugh.
I mean,
unless you're the illegal person doing it, because I could see some fucking lunatics like, are you up for doing some nefarious activities at the weekend? Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, time to put my bulletproof vest on in New Jersey. Okay, let's get it on.
I'm just saying, like, none of us have ever had those conversations before.
That's what this show is for. Having those conversations that other people aren't going to have. It sounds like it's a Joe Rogan podcast if any of the Spotify listeners only tune in now.
Right.
They're like, these guys sound like they handle politics in a very mature and adult manner. And then they go back to the start of the show. Oh, baby. Wait for the first 40 minutes before we even get into doing a movie review.
I do handle politics in a mature and responsible way.
No, you can't. You just scream, voting is stupid, and move on with your day.
Because I'm right.
Giz, you are a delight. Okay. Anyway, for any of you YouTube listeners, if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button down below already, please hit the like and subscribe button down below, as it helps us get into the nether realm in an alternate dimension that is evidently known as a YouTube algorithm, where all of the YouTube numbers float around, and if you hit the like button, it helps our numbers get bigger. I don't know, from what I understand of the Oracle I spoke to, that's how it works. Also, if you are new to the channel before and you haven't been here before, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. You get notified every time you go live, supposedly, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
I only got the email there that we went live, and I'm the guy running the fucking show, so...
I still haven't gotten it.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? It's a mixed bag, but worst case scenario, it looks good.
And you might get
hit the subscribe button down below, because not unlike smoking, it will help you be perceived to be cooler by your friends and others.
That's not how that works.
Other than that, don't forget to join myself and Giz this Sunday night, where we're going to be talking about some other sort of mad horror bollocks over on American Horrors, which has their website back, by the way, because there's no longer an American Horrors Filmfestival.com. There is now AmericanHorrors.net. Boom, we're back.
Sweet.
So Giz and I are going to be discussing the practicalities of Jesus being the first vampire and or maybe zombie within text and or general storytelling. Buzz and Carter are going to have a special guest inside in the Rad video store. Giz and I also go on an adventure with a priest. And there's some other mad shenanigans that are going to be on the show. Don't forget to join us 8:30 p.m. CST, whatever that equates to is GMTs, but also equates to 9:30 p.m. EST, because evidently, from what I understand of internets, people seem to understand that time zone better. I don't know why. So
it's the first one.
It's the first one, whatever that means. So 9:30 p.m. EST, we're going to be over there. Use channel code AMHWOR to add American Horrors to your Roku listings if you do have the Rokus, or alternatively watch on www.americanhorrors.net. Other than that, we'll catch you during the week. We're going to be talking about some other mad sort of horror bollocks. There's going to be some zombie gaming by me tomorrow night. There's going to be some fucking Alien versus Predator. Are you going to mix it up? Probably Alien versus Predator, but could also be a new thing. We never know. And then Sunday,
see how it goes.
Before the sacrilegiousness, that is the Easter Sunday special over in American Horrors. We're going to be here doing our usual thing with some goose and duck, which is very festive to the Easter season. Fucking murdering each other. Less festive, but more what the game works. We'll see you all later. Bye.
Right.
Here's a trailer for this Sunday's episode. It's weird.
Well, I gotta say, this is it didn't have the sex dungeon vibes that I was expecting.
Man, I think we're in for a good night tonight. The EMS already going on.
Dude, I'm getting sick of you bringing me out to these creepy midnight excursions to haunted mansions and shit. I was in the comfort of my own office.
I'm doing it because you spend all your days inside editing stuff. Some time outside would be good for you. Basically, it's a security.
But this isn't time outside, numbnuts, is it? You've just taken me from the very comfortable, luxurious inside office that I have to the not comfort of a much less luxurious, haunted, abandoned mansion.
Jesus, fuck, you're always complaining.
How dare you? I am not always complaining. I just enjoy the sanctity of my man cave. Is that so much to ask?
It's a death trap. It's great.
Right,
it's great.
Okay, well, key the door or whatever.
Yeah, first things first. It's a little bit tricky to. If you don't get this right, it's kind of a bit of a shocking experience.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Pure fucking Star Trek shit.
Why did you make it look like a normal front door, though?
Because then stupid people think it's a normal front door.
Huh. Yeah. You know, I can't argue with that. That's fine. Yeah.
Watch your step.
Gotta say.
Whoa! Hang on. 3, 2, 1.
It's pretty standard, you know. That's all good. Where do you want to go next?
Oh, kitchen.
Kitchen?
Kitchen.
Is it? That way.
Okay. Well, don't stand on the X there. It's
Don't stand on the X?
Yeah, it's kind of a thing.
What sort of a thing?
Well, let me put it this way. This place has more than one fridge.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep walking towards it.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Do you want a beer?
Yeah.
Don't use. You're gonna want to use this one because shaking up.
I gotta say, this place is pretty over the top.
Oh yeah, you think that's over the top? Wait till you see the stairs.
The stairs?
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. This thing's fucking fantastic. Watch this.
All right.
Ass to the rail.
Huh. That was actually impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool. Okay, come on, upstairs.
Okay.
Okay, careful when you're coming up the stairs. There is a pitfall trap on the right of me. Hang on. On the right of me. Shit. Fuck's sake, one of them is as bad as the other.
I was a Charlie first. Oh, what to do? Mo! Mo! What do we do now?
Fuck's sake, stupid fucking house. All I have to do is memorize the fucking schematic. I did, I memorized it. I got it right and absolutely fucking... Jesus Christ! Hello! What the fuck happened to you?
Nothing, I don't know. I just woke up with a thirst on me like a corpse.
I'd imagine so. It's because you've been dead for the last 3 fucking days.
Dead for the last 3 days? What are you talking about, Willis?
I'm talking about you following me up the stairs, me getting booby traps wrong, you fall down, go splat. 3 days later, you're apparently here? What?
What are you saying? Have been resurrected or something? Sure would explain a lot.
Yeah, well, either that or zombieism.
Zombieism?
Yeah.
I don't feel very zombie-ish. Does give me a good idea for an episode, though. Join me, your saviour, and the gigs this Sunday, 8:30 p.m. CST, and whatever that equates to as GMTs, only on American Horrors, for a sacrilegious Easter special, where we discuss the zombified possibilities of Jesus, or maybe he was a vampire, as well as a whole host of other creepy Easter shit. This Sunday, 8:30 p.m. CST, only on American Horrors.
You're not the saviour. You're a very naughty boy.
I know, I am a very naughty boy.